Furia were able to disrupt them with very heavily, and some of the post plants on Lotus specifically, but you know, something worth looking at on a bunch of maps is where Furia have been kind of put under scrutiny recently.
Yeah, for me, that was really just on Lotus though. Like, Split, I think, highlights how incredible these guys are with the fundamentals. Back that kickoff where they really shocked everyone with the level of teamwork these guys had for just having come together. Cortezia on the run, wow, caught straight away from Allen. That's the Viper out of the picture. That's mid completely exposed, and it activates a rotate from SEN, who know this side of the map is just so weak, and that Redux really needs help.
The noise cut here, though, is pretty scary. Redux doesn't quite know what's happening until right about now. Relay Bolt's coming. He's going to hastily try and smoke out, but Artesine is going to be watching him from B main. Fury have every contingency accounted for. Now Jerwin and John just have to throw themselves at the problem. And frankly, nothing seems to be sticking.
Perfect timing there from Artesine. You saw that Redux was aware someone was going to be in that position. You had the one-way smoke for a temporarily. Second it drops, Artesine is just right there to shoot him in the side. I mean, I want to see again kind of what happened with Cortezia in mid, because he just got deleted instantly on the round. It wasn't even a stun use. He's just playing so close alone against a comp that can burst onto him.
I mean, that's what Redux was doing in theory. He was in a crossfire, in fairness, but I don't think he expected that acceleration out of heaven either.
Yeah, I feel like if, I don't know, Cortezia, it's just dangerous to play that close there without having a player in vent to try to get the trade off of him against a comp that's just going to be right on top of you at any given moment.
You're not going to make use of Sage to slow him down in mid. Why be so close? Here's the fast lane Wyatt. Allen doesn't actually spot Redux tucked close, but Twilight moved out to clean him up with the Phantom. Trades here are positive for Furia. They are well and truly in this B side.
Yeah, pretty heavy buy here from Furia, who certainly do not want to lose any more players. This was a large investment. Well, there's one gone already with the Bandit. It's pretty good at that range.
Allen just running at Cortezia. Not the end of the world, though. Up to Joe, and now in a 1 versus 2. Pretty sharp stuff from the newcomer. Almost gets past Nerve as well. 8 points of health.
Yeah, almost was the end of the world, actually. Getting away with 4 kills there. Pretty outrageous from SEN. Furia thought that the best solution to winning out the anti-eco was going to be to find that timing to fight in spawn, but they end up losing a player there as well. Jerwin wins that fight with the Bandit, recovers the rifle, gets another. SEN are more than happy about the result in that round. Even though Ewok looks like they just lost a gun round, but he knows how possible it was to win that. I mean, they were on the precipice, but even still, it's a huge win for SEN.
Jerwin already a quick reminder of just how impactful he can be. He'll be forced out of vent, though. Alum's going to try and chase him down with a shotgun.
Yeah, Alum loves this judge. When they played Split before, he had it on attack constantly. On defense as well, constantly. And he was actually torturing NRG with his gameplay. So much so that Mata tried to pick up the judge every single round in their next Split game because Alum actually destroyed them. Let's see if SEN can do a better job of, actually managing, controlling how far the Neon can get as far as closing the gap on them.
The rhythm for Furia has been pretty consistent on all of these attack side rounds. It's like an early burst of pressure and then a noise cut. And then pivot into a potentially weakened site after the fact and hit it with sort of conviction. Here's Allen dropping on in. Cortezia is able to spot him cross, but not able to connect meaningfully. It's Redux able to take Qualanoob down, though, and Sentinels are dug in on this side. They've had enough time as well to get settled, and Jerwin is tearing through Furia. EU, the last standing, the last fall. And it's Sentinels getting their round on the board.
That was an excellent rotation from Jerwin. Perfect time to slide in there. Allen trying to create the space, but gets kind of congested back sight. And then while the judge was basically just spamming through the wall, you had Jerwin slide right in there. Free first kill, adjust the positioning. Great time for the stun. And you can see even that player in heaven, for SEN, they weren't able to get any kills, but they stalled out anyone being able to help Allen. So he was just completely isolated on site.
Wouldn't be a terrible couple of rounds here for Furia to vary that tempo we just talked about in the previous round. We've seen him sort of make the bum rush down mid a couple of rounds.
And Furia are just on a full force here. 2 shotguns.
Jerwin's able to hear EU in mid. And that leaves Alum essentially stranded up in heaven.
Oh, the stun is good, but Alum, regardless, he can't feel comfortable to actually just dive in there.
Playing close here on the corner. This could be nice. At least good for one. Awkward. That snake bite could be a problem, but Alum is able to avoid it. Now we're actually walking up into B. There's just contact here behind this Omen smoke by Furia.
Look at this from Sen, though. They're able to just get into the site, ignore Alum for now.
He can't do
Focus
anything.
on where the other players could be coming from.
He's going to pull out the classic and go for it. It's not a great spot for the Neon to be. Alum's managed to commit to the site, so he needs to close the gap, and Artazine gets in there. Colazia trying to bide his time, but Qualu just swings that corner on him. This is starting to fall apart for Sentinels now, especially with Artazine finding his third. Professor P needs to try and salvage now what's looking pretty rough. Artazine earning his ult. TP away from Koala Noob now. Crossfire set up and waiting.
Great first shot on Koala. Oh, that's going to connect, though.
All right, I respect it. I respect the commitment of the Steel Guard. It's an important round for Furia. They forced into it. Artazine exits with 7 kills.
Yeah, Jonah just tried to get that swing right before his weapon would have gotten taken away, but Artazine was super ready on that angle. That's a crucial moment in the round. Redux is playing top box. There's no one to swing for him. Cortezio was tucked on default, so just a misunderstanding between the two players of what they were trying to accomplish, and they both get isolated there. Frustrating for Sen, given that they had a good rotation into the site. They weren't giving Alum opportunity to get anything done with that Bucky, but they just do not position themselves well enough to deny the hit from main.
First proper main hits coming out here from Furia, and they got the weapon advantage. 3 Buckies for Sentinels, and they are going to have to play in spots that can abuse them. Joe in here pushes straight through, and Nerve is waiting for him. Sentinels have no choice but to stand up and deliver, and Alum has the right gun for the job. It's on Cortezia in a 1 versus 5.
Furia have been relentless with the early round pace. Just committing that early paranoia up towards ramp. Alum is sliding in there with the judge. They get that space straight away. Sen have not been able to contend with these early round fights at all.
That round I'm gonna forgive just because the weaponry really wasn't there. But in general, yeah, these early thrusts have always been good for Furia. It's kind of after the fact when it started to fall apart. Maybe there's a world where like Furia can find timings to try and pop or disrupt this. But Wyatt, so far it seems like they've just been getting overwhelmed on these sites.
Sen are going to call their first timeout right now. Which, by the way, in this game, just to further set the stakes, the winner of this just go through. This is for straight-up playoff qualification for either side, and whoever loses is going to be fighting for their life in the last week. So a lot on the line for both of these teams.
Yeah, I think if Sentinels are able to win this series, things get really funky next week in terms of the teams that are still fighting for that last playoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, also, 100 Thieves, they win their game today against Crew, and if Furia win the game today, then that means that 100 Thieves are in, and then Sen against NRG is a straight-up do-or-die for both of those squads in the last week. So there is so much on the line for the teams in the server, also for the teams watching right now. This is a really big game.
Creeps up on you very quickly in these 5-week stages. Now, of course, Shaw and Ewok going head-to-head in terms of the coaching booth. It's up to, well, Ewok to come up with an answer because this early push from Furia has been undeniable. There is a resting utility, right? You do have a Sage here, but you don't have that traditional Vice. Harder to keep the Neon quiet, but Alum's hardly been the main issue for Sentinels here.
Yeah, between those two coaches, look, Ewok, not a whole lot of time to work with. Shaw's been just grinding with his team throughout the whole offseason into kickoff. Just so much more experience with them. What a shot from Jerwin.
The cojones to swing that a second time, bro, into the relay bolt is wild. And it pays off.
And the Redux took a little peek over towards B main. Wow. What a timing from Nerve.
Redux here, eyes for heaven. Maybe not expecting another push. Oh, Redux have been getting caught a couple of times with that B main push. Koala Noob just has a feeling for the timing that Sentinel's Omen player can't respond to.
If Koala really wanted, he could go for a crazy teleport, but he's just going to stick it here. How can they play together to try and win out this 2 versus 3? EU's a bit of contact. Wow, just a swing out.
Okay, some confidence there, but it's going to be EU on his own regardless. German looking dangerous, has the op to play with there from upper. And yeah, it's just a straight up walkout by EU. Undone as German gets his 10th frag.
He's looking so good right now. And look, you could absolutely feel the impact that it had when he was able to finally join up with the team in the second week. And this is looking like, hey, we might be on pace for his most dominant map so far with a 10-4 stat line. You know, he said joining this team, playing with the veterans that they've got in Jonah, John, and with Coach Ewok, that he's really trying to find the balance between still having autonomy as a duelist player that has mostly been in Challengers for almost the entirety of his career and was amazing there, but also is trying to find that balance between being controlled and operating in their system, you know?
Is there some room for self-expression, right?
And that was something that Ewok also echoed, like, working with this guy was kind of like when he was working with Monyet in Pacific, like trying to hone the raw talent of a player like Jerwin.
6 rounds into the game. Furia have a slim lead, but that timeout's been important for Sentinels. They've really made use of it. They're trying to play aggressive. Look at them playing contact on these extremities. That's how you shut down the fast hits. Unfortunately, Util there was just far too much for Jerwin to overcome.
Sentinels on this retake, they could have the Seekers to work with if they want to, you know, activate off the back of that, but you know, lacking Jerwin, it's going to be hard to really get significant space into this site.
Jonah sends the Trailblazer because he isn't going to come up with much. Checks that close corner. It's clear. All of Furia playing towards the back of the site with 2 players inside B main as well.
We're sending a late rewrap with Arts through mid as well.
Flash here can be worked with. Guiding light now going to come in. Koala go ready for it. Smokes the middle of the fight. That is so disruptive here for Sentinels who are trying to get in. Alum speculating, trying to find some form of damage. Still 3 Furia players up, and that should be enough. It's on John now. Shotguns coming at him through the smoke. It's a nightmare scenario. And frankly, John's got too much to shoot at.
Yeah, Furia are really able to set that up well, having the Ards in contingency, but then also Koala throwing down some nice smokes to be able to anchor around in the site. Alum really serving as a distraction there, backside playing around that smoke that was on the spike. Oh, I mean, just being able to run around with the LG, like, they're still not able to get the kill on him. Yeah, he doesn't get a kill, but I mean, he's so annoying.
John KD is back, baby.
That's crazy, dude.
That is.
He's 2 and 6.
Hey, but that was the SEN trade-off. You know, their whole thing in kickoff was John doesn't need IGL. He's off the leash. We're going to just let him pop off, and he did. But they feel like, you know, as a whole, he will be providing more value to the team by picking up the IGLing again.
He's more unleashed, I think, now, especially when Jonah's able to help him out on the comm side of things. Maybe we get a listen in later on. Having another veteran alongside of him seems to be very helpful. Sage will here for John. This is going to make that bounce over towards A a little bit more problematic for Furia. I'm mindful that, you know, Jerwin is prowling, or was prowling to try and take contact. He's got a shotgun this round, though.
One thing as well I want to give Furia credit for I feel like really trying to maximize every advantage they can find in this meta is that at the moment, I think in Americas, they're the team finding the most value from still using the Outlaw and the shotguns. I don't think anyone is getting as much done with them as this team are.
And the read is great coming into this round. 2 players with half armor. Really can't ask for a better opportunity, and EU eventually slips in there. For whatever reason, Sentinels feel like back screens is safe, but they've got no coverage there. Just John inside elbow. And the Classic is just not going to cut the mustard against Alum, running him down with a judge.
Yeah, also the mental damage you are suffering as Alum is just running it down with the judge and finding so many kills. It really does activate a level of frustration.
I've got to, like, credit was due here to Furia. They know they're running into like a half buy. Massive pace difference in this round. And they pick things apart. They get into heaven, they work their way over towards defense side spawn. Get into screens, they defeat the John QT elbow position. Like, they've just denied all the rat angles.
I think that's also based on a trap that 100 Thieves fell into when they lost that really long OT game against SEN. When they played some of the rounds out late that they were losing to, like, eco/semi-buys, it was because of Cortesia having a shotgun. It was because of Sage slows in the choke, and then they're getting mollied, and then they're getting picked apart by Buckies everywhere. And so this Furia team, at least in that instance, yeah, they're able to be more systematic with it at picking things apart and not just overly getting delayed, all going out from the same choke. Like, this is some serious disruption.
Alum's look really good here. Man, honestly, there's not a lot of stopping power. I don't think the Sage is it.
And on top of what I'm saying as well, right, it's like, you don't want to over-index going through the choke point because that's where the shotguns are going to be positioned, like back flowers or close at the choke. And so Alum can just get in through heaven, and those guys are useless.
Shoulder peeks here for Alum. German wanted to play contact. That gets harder this round with the smoke in his face, but slow orb means that he might still have a chance to peer down mid at a relevant moment. Furia don't want to have to attack that part of the map in a delayed fashion.
Yeah, so currently Furia are gathering up a few players towards A main as Alum is very patient in mid. Art's in there with the spike.
This wall will go down and let Alum through.
Yeah,
no
I'm
one's
kind of
actively
just
watching.
waiting for the Alum activation moment of throwing up the wall, sending a relay bolt, sliding into mail or sliding into vents. But it doesn't seem like that's going to come to fruition. They're just gathering back up for the A main. But look at that. Kuala throws a smoke over towards mail to make it seem like there might still be something happening at vents, and Jerwin has to be concerned of that.
Denied for the second time. He wants to try and play contact. Again, the answer is no. Jerwin now deal with Koala Noob as he tries to TP up onto rafters. This does leave Furia short-handed. With only 30 seconds left in the round, these stall utilities starting to become a problem for them. They are getting picked apart a little bit at these chokes. Something you mentioned, 100 Thieves struggled with in their slower rounds.
There's, yeah, just no way the Fury are going to be able to win the round out over on that A side with 3 players there, but they have a chance on B. John just needs to not reveal himself, stay tucked, and try to deny the plant.
10 seconds left.
He's got to reveal himself.
To do from there. Oh, he does go down, and now there's actually a chance for Fury. Another 2v3 with Artson and EU on this site, and he has the Nightfall again.
He has util, and there might be a really late haunt here around a defuse attempt that could be massive.
This could be a sick position from EU to play with, but if he lets the Nightfall out, they're going to know that he's on the flank. So what is the decision from him? Play silent and try to backstab, or get the Nightfall off?
The Vice Wall is huge in heaven. That is such a handy piece of util to have. Oh, the timing! There's a TP into the smoke, though. There's the haunt that we were expecting, and the Nightfall as well. Decaying on down. Some extra information. Redux has got to be brought to his knees. Furia, short-handed for the entire round. Come up with the answer.
That's really beautiful from EU. He does the most with what he's got there. Able to get the kill from being in the unsuspecting position, then it's revealed, then he can throw the Nightfall out. He gets the seize onto the spike. That is a really fantastic sequence of play from EU. Who I think
we don't need audio for that.
No, we don't. In so many facets of the... I mean, listen, we've heard the players say before they have to turn down Koala Noob's audio in Discord when they're playing. He's a little bit too loud anyway, so, you know, production took care of that for us. So that's fine with me.
Yeah, Gianni's got some lungs on him, no doubt about it. So Fury is showing us that they can play a staggered, slow round and win. I don't know if that's something you want to rely on every round. They really clutched up, but again, the money is in the bin for Sentinels. John QT with the Bucky on the close corner. It's going to be a trade. Alum always going to be there with a judge of his own. This is going to draw Jerwin across. In fact, he was awful close to getting caught out there. Redux inside the smoke. I mean, this guy has had to really work overtime wide to stay anchored on this site. It's been challenging.
I mean, with a Sheriff denies Alum in the smoke. That's pretty outrageous. But look at this. This play from EU is so nice. You heard them rotating out of heaven. He gets that kill, and now he can just group back up with the rest of the team. They can play with the better weapons now in the post plant. Maybe Cortezia has an opening with this timing, but he'll have to do something with the classic unless he closes the distance.
The Bucky's just horrific here for him. You're right, it's a decent timing. Jerwin has to duck in. Oh man, he got absolutely slapped down.
Furia are so good.
Right, it is.
These guys
absurdly clean.
Are just so good. And when we've had the comms listening to the comms as well, which we'll get with them at some point in this match, I've just loved how they're operating as a team. They have such an understanding of where they need to go on the map, dependent on the utility that the enemies are using. You hear a lot of amazing calls from EU in particular, Koala and Artsin. They're so good at working the map together. Their comms are so clean. They're not over-comming with each other. And I feel like you can just see that play out in these mid-rounds. It's all being executed so well.
Good opening here against Sen being forced to play aggressively on these chokes. And I'm out of the picture early, not the end of the world, but losing EU, that's a little bit more concerning for Furia.
Yeah, was he just spammed down in the smoke? It's possible. But that's what happened with Jonah, who's now going to re-clear ramp, so Nerve might be in a bit of trouble here. That's a great jump swing to get Jerwin on the angle.
Yeah, full awareness there from Jonah P that Jerwin can be set up for success there. Now, the stall util. Getting deployed. Artazine had an amazing clutch a couple of rounds back, but this one might just be out of his grasp. And so Sentinels, flawless round. In fact, they take a summon total of no damage.
Yeah, Furia just try to mix things up, go for a straight-up A-pop, which, hey, that's fine to throw something like that in, but what was the situation with the kills here? Yeah, Cortezi just gets the peek. Alum out there before that smoke drops, and Jonah just catches one going for the play. And then Sen activate into a really nice retake of that ramp side of the map. Jonah gets the dog, spots out Nerve into the jump peak, and then Jerwin picks up the angle. Feels like a situation as well where Jonah's just making some really good calls to set up the rest of the players there. It's been pretty instrumental for this Sen team to have his experience with them.
Last round of the half here, Wyatt. I think we're going to see like an early hold on the corner by Jerwin. No dice.
So just running it back, exact same as the last round, but this time Alum gets the entry.
Okay, Horde does confirm that there's no one else really in the site, so I think you can just keep pushing this now.
He gets caught pushing out of that smoke again.
Even in numbers, though. Yeah, that's been a tough one to get past, but look at this presence inside screens. Koala Noob is so deep, but they are not ready for this timing at all. Okay, Redux watching from spawn, I tell a lie. Yeah. Now, though, there's some space bought by Furia that's still guarded, but they're going to have to reckon with the fact that Sentinels are coming with 3 players and a res.
That's pretty heads up from Redux. He gets the spot, jumps back around the corner, John gets the swing, and while this poison cloud is up, they're just going to go ahead and get a free res. So Sen should absolutely be able to take this 4th round down. Crossfire from Furia, but denied by the poison cloud going up.
Ready spot from Artazine. Oh, he doesn't see that. Radisi doesn't want to act. Fair enough. He has Nerve out in the open, though. Artazine, where does he put himself? It doesn't matter. Nerve is crushing here. The Cortezia has a line on Artazine that he's not prepared for. Sentinels make a reasonable run back here at the end of the first half, but it really feels like those successful moments, they come few and far between.
Yeah, and it also just came from Furia trying to switch into a very fast A-pop style for just the 2 rounds back-to-back. Didn't work. 2 rounds, EU gets caught pushing out of ramp alone. And there was that really nice kill as well where Koala was going for the play, but Redux spots him out and John gets the swing. That was nice to find the advantage. And then play to the Sage res. Sen doing a lot right on those final 2 rounds to get themselves in a position where they can make a comeback. Yep,
4 rounds in at 8-4. Furia lead at the half. We've got more split for you right after this.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Been a pretty lively split, but in general, Sentinels have struggled to deal with just how clean some of these rounds have been from Furia. Some really well-called attack side rounds with some variations thrown in, but the one constant for Furia has been aggression in the early round. Alum throwing himself into the fight, creating space, trading himself, and giving Furia a foothold for a post-plant.
Yeah, Sen were able to get those last 2 rounds back-to-back, which is crucial for them to stay in this game. It came from Furia just going for some fast A-hits that got completely denied. The first picks went the way of Sen, and then they were able to put together some really competent fundamental play after that to ensure that they won those rounds, just picking apart the remaining Furia players. The question now is just, can they keep this bit of momentum going, the spark they got at the end of that half, and actually win this pistol round?
Multiple players hiding inside this smoke top mid for Furia.
Yep, they are ready for that to drop and take a fight, and it looks like that might just happen.
And are they ready for this? Oh my goodness, they are not.
There is no reason to be ready for the three men just stood in the smoke waiting for it to drop. That's crazy.
That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal here for Sentinels. I love it. Furia have had the best, bar none, the best pistol rounds in Americas. There is always a gimmick. There's always an idea.
Such a cheese round.
No. There's always a theme. You know what? Today they turn up in tutus. Tomorrow it's going to be in pirate outfits. It doesn't matter. There's always an idea. And Jonah P has to reckon now with a 3v1 scenario where he has 20 points of health. Man, no one is doing it like these guys.
No, they really aren't. And that's honestly, I think as well, that's indicative of how much work Furia put in the off-season, into kickoff, ironing out how good the fundamental team play is with these guys, that they can really afford to get into like the nitty-gritty of the gameplay and get a bunch of weird pistol rounds, weird bonus round strats together that are going to throw teams off and have a wealth of those at their disposal, you know? Because as far as getting their good comps on lock, they've been good with that all year. The fundamentals have been good all year. So they can focus on other things like hiding 3 guys in a smoke on your pistol round against SEN that they'll probably never do again. But it won them the pistol and split today.
It was an inspired moment. And honestly, in terms of snatching up this first map, it is a big deal. Poison orb in mid. Sentinels very wary about who might be lurking within those depths this time.
Because it kind of goes back to that narrative of Fury about all this time together. SEN, they don't have time to think about putting 3 guys in the smoke. This roster's been playing for like a month. They have other stuff to focus on.
Exactly.
They have bigger picture stuff to worry about.
Outwardly, for no reason at all, Wyatt, Furia came into this year in general looking insanely prepped. Insanely.
Yeah, and it felt like, some level of it too was just like a natural chemistry these guys
Johnny,
had.
please, bro. Oh, come on.
All good. Which, by the way, we haven't even mentioned it because, well, it hasn't mattered. Derwin does have the outlaw buy. They wanted to set him up to pop off. And listen, I love to see SEN putting that level of investment in their duelist player, you know, in his few debuting weeks here. But on that round, wasn't particularly helpful. Yeah.
This is a push. This is a simple push off that B side.
Yep. And now SEN, they will fear the fact that Furia are absolutely willing to just...
The Eagle Cobra!
Production, minus
readers,
25%. Koala Noob audio, please.
We give him the plus 20 aura after that one. That was nice. Yeah, he's Eco Cobring, top of the scoreboard. So SEN get punished for going too fast, walking down mid. They get punished for going too slow with a wrap out from the B side. And now they're just going to int into this B side of the map here and try and get some foothold on this side. But, well, there's a judge. Jonah wisely steps back onto this one. But there's more where Nerve came from, frankly. That was EU with the outlaw.
That is just a sick setup from Furia. That completely boomed them. Ready for, if SEN go for the B take, great. We have the relay bolt to stop them from getting in right away, so we can have a safe teleport across. Jerwin gets in there. He's caught in the crossfire. Alum swings out for the 1, and then you would think that's all that's going to be happening on B, right? There won't be another guy with a judge waiting. We can just go forward and take the site now, right?
There's always another guy with the judge waiting.
There's another guy with a judge waiting. So Furia just have an additional layer of cringe ready to go in the site with the judge. So SEN get cooked.
Well, Cortezia was armored for a time. Not so much now. This basically puts this round out of reach for Sentinels with the spike sitting in B main, frankly. So Cortezia has some time to contemplate his naval and his gun skin. And so Furia, again, there's always a protocol. We've already seen it here on this defense side. They already conditioned Sentinels to slow down, and then round 2, they punish the fact that they slowed down. Round 3, they're ready to fight them on the extremities.
Also, just going to go back to, this is what we were saying on the pistol round. They have time to come in with another little weird bonus round play of setting up this double judge bait play in B main on a bonus round.
What do you mean that's not like a default approach?
These guys just have the time to get in the lab and have a bunch of silly little rounds like this.
If the guiding light doesn't confirm Koala Noob is in the corner, I think that goes even worse for Sentinels. I don't even know if they check that. Jerwin has to flick his head to the left in order to see that player, and ends up being traded at best. Very, very difficult game here for Sentinels to play. It feels like they're going up against an opponent who is 1 to 2 steps ahead at all times. And now they need to take another impactful timeout to discuss what their overarching approach needs to be against a team that is showing you a different look for every single round of this second half.
Yeah, different looks, so many more layers. And again, it's like the SEN team that have had Jerwin on stage for, this is week 3. They've been scrimming with these guys for a little bit over a month, something like that Ewok has had as far as time to get this all structured out. You know, the time of actually trialing players into this. So, you know, they are, to some extent, kind of winging it. They're still working out their communication structure. They're still getting their rookies up to speed. Whereas, yeah, Furia, they still have a couple rookies coming through, you know, rookies to the league in Alum and Nerve. I mean, calling Nerve a rookie to Valorant seems hilarious because he's been grinding since the beta.
Probably has the most
every
official matches recorded of anybody
But
in
the
Americas,
other 3 guys, Artzin, this is his 3rd year in the league, even though it kind of doesn't feel like it, but it is, right? He had that tenure on MIBR for 2 years, got a lot of experience,
as a
got global
duelist
experience.
initially. Yeah.
EU's been in the league forever. Koala, he was playing with Ghost Gaming back in 2021. Like, these guys have been around forever. They have a lot of experience, and that's, I think, also why you hear them communicating with each other so well, and SEN just have so much to figure out.
Still a bit to be decided in this map, though. Fury, though, again, we're back to this. We're back to judges for everybody. Now, there's a chance that you catch Nerve here.
Alum with the judge. Has he bought a rifle?
I actually don't know. Generally, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think we might see a similar situation to the pistol here if we're not quick on the pullback from Nerve. Look at this, like he's already playing out of vents, back in heaven, knows that they can accelerate on him quickly, so he's willing to give ground if he suspects the Neon is close.
And Furia have picked up this AWP out of the timeout as well, by the way, with Koala. Oh my god. All right.
What? Damn.
Ready to
okay. These guys are really good when the smokes come down, huh?
Read.
Anyone else? Yeah, get this guy one more. That's the spike going loose there as well. The round has turned into an absolute farce.
I mean, Alum
got
just
mine.
trying to be a great teammate there as well. He's just trying to stun him. He's not trying to kill him.
No, bro!
Hey,
He's right
What can you do?
there.
Still a sick round from Arton. It'll be in the highlight package. It'll definitely be in the highlight package. That was a nasty little 2K, and then so ready for that vent push from Jerwin.
You get it from his perspective. Oh,
that's crazy.
With a Phantom, bro! Are you kidding?
That is so sick.
Nah, that's
Yeah, these guys on split all year just utterly dominant. On defense, their rotations around their around the map. I mean, this is just a pure Furia glaze session, but they're so sick on split. Like, their defense is amazing. Another layer they have is they can bring out the Koala Noob op. Sometimes EU ops, they double opt earlier against NRG as well.
Oh,
it fried them.
The extremity
and
control
it's happening
is nice.
again.
That Jerwin can get traded at best. Damage already done. John and Jerwin are down. You still have your smokes up at the very least here. And frankly, you can dog off the site in the post-plant. It doesn't suck. But I really feel like you're going to struggle to hold on to this round. Alum is still in elbow, and there isn't a great way to clear him from this spot. Just the dog.
Enemy remaining.
And, well, Jonah's dead. All right, well.
And, well, that was an uneventful end to the game, which Furia utterly dominated.
I think that map could have been an email, actually, if I'm honest with you. Brute.
Approach with building him up as a player in Challengers with Qbert, where he started as a duelist in Challengers. On Qbert begins to flex more around, and so now that when he's in the league, actually playing for the main Sentinels team, he's a versatile guy.
Before that, he was on Oxygen as well. Back on that team
was
with
when he
Dapper.
was duelisting quite a bit. So we'll see if he can step it up here, because he was pretty quiet in map 1, which, I mean, hey, listen, Sen got blown out. Everyone was except for Jerwin, so we'll see if they can come to life here on their map pick, a map that Ewok said they have been in the lab on. They've been grinding here to get better.
So the Furia gimmick for this pistol round was a 4-player mid crossfire setup. That's been defeated, though, as, you know, Jonah took some damage, but outside of that, Sentinels were able to get onto the site. Looks like their double tap's going to expire for Redux by the time it can really be relevant. Behind this high tide, Furia going to move up.
John just basically throws his wall up as a Viper wall until the Viper wall can go back up. And Furia really aren't able to get too much space backside off that high tide of their own. Great hold on to Jerwin, though.
Wow, okay, there's Alum. Great way to get started. It's going to be Jerwin out of the picture now, but you've got to be mindful of Sentinels all stacked up over towards A main. Tucked in the corner. These are all pretty standard spots for Sentinels in this post plant. Respect the shocking, and up you come. Alum has been clicking heads, but John finds 2, and that puts EU now in a bit of an awkward spot. Yep, Cortesia is going to bring him down, and Sentinels get a very important pistol.
Yeah, that's really nice from John and Cortesia. They played to the only win condition they have when they gave up all of that space, which is wait in the cove in main. 3, 2, 1, everybody swings out and fights Furia after they just sent the barrage of util, delay. All right, everybody swing and fight together. Some good shooting from Cortesia here, who is another guy, you know, not to be a broken record, but I'm looking at him to step up because his last 2 games in the back-to-back SEN wins, he was a huge factor. He was playing great, especially in that split OT game to beat 100 Thieves. And he was the big pickup for this SEN squad in the offseason, in an offseason that he dominated in all of the tournaments. And then he started slow. He was not putting up great numbers in kickoff. Week 1, he was okay, but it feels like he's starting to really heat up, and SEN definitely need him here today.
Marshall by here for Joe and just holding the line inside elbow. Well, this Viper Wall definitely got Artisan interested about that A main presence. He actually clears it. So feels safe to fall back off the site. A glacial pace for Sentinels in this round. They got to fight through Astro Util here as well.
We have 0 investment from Furia and light investment from SEN. It's a Guardian, a Phantom. They've just got 2 Ghosts. Jerome just has the Marshal. So even if they lose some players, it doesn't really matter because they're not heavily indexed into this with the economy.
What is this read? Oh, Furia almost went to A. Almost had the soul read there on Sentinel's movements. Artisan, with nothing but a classic to defend himself, will be stuck here pretty much. Has the high tide. But if he goes down first, there's nothing to retake with, is the problem.
30 seconds
also,
left.
as SEN here, I'm just looking at Redux. He's a guy with the rifle, and you definitely want him getting kills. He's relatively close to that kill contract already, so you know maybe he gets that up for the bonus round. He's one of your guys with a rifle. Get a catch onto the harbor over towards A while the team runs out, and they don't have any of that, you know, util as the defenders to play around for a moment, and maybe he kills him, or you know, you can have Jerwin close the distance to get a kill when someone is getting out of the contract, even if Redux loses it, right? So
it is so hard not to die and give orbs in this situation as Furia.
Now Redux is in hunt mode completely, as he's just got the ghost. But all right, Jonah, racking him up.
There's no armor. That's why the Marshal's so sick
And
here
they've
in this
been
round 2 bye. Yeah, make the ocean something you can swim in.
So Center, we'll see what they do with the buy here, but they should be able to get some good money, something good together. And by that I mean basically just full buy around this Guardian because they didn't lose anybody. So
normally you carry a photo of someone that like you don't get to see all the time, right? That is like maybe overseas or
Cortesia is a sweet guy.
I mean, but he's
I'd want to see him as much as possible.
Right there. Like you could actually just turn your head to the right and see.
Even that's not enough.
That's crazy.
You know?
I can't tell if it's more of an homage to Cubit there or...
Get you a man that loves you like Jonah P does, you know?
Everybody's got a lot of love to go around. I respect it. All right, Joe in the mid. Nothing doing though. Absolutely nothing going on because Furia playing a really close hold setup in A main. Very heavily invested.
Alum has a rifle alert. He bought a rifle. Does not have the judge in A main. He could have up to the box with it, but he's got the rifle.
Koala Noob gets served there, down to 48.
Yep.
He might have to find a place to still be relevant, despite being one shot.
Redux is happy to fight up with the shield activated. A shield, by the way, that is really going to be a nuisance for Koala Noob if he has intentions of opping on the jet, which he definitely does.
We saw the same thing.
That's sick.
I think Aspas had that done to him recently, right, on this very map. Tough to play the jet into the ISO. Pretty average round here for Furia. I'm not seeing a whole lot.
Yeah, Alum is forced into taking a fight in A main. That's really the only decision that he can make because he's getting pinched, and he knows that that's probably going to be lightly held by just one guy. So, hey, if he wins that, all right, Fury have a real opportunity to retake, now that they have a player on the backstab, but he loses that, so time to save. And the round is over. Really just comes down to that moment.
You touched on it, but it was something that Cloud9 did to MIBR in that 2-0 series that ended up beating them in by bringing Penny on the ISO on this map. And even though Aspas still ends up with like 20 kills, top frag, there are a lot of situations where like we see that first contact op setup just fizzle. He's not able to do too much against the double tap shield.
Koala is a lifetime opper. Jet was his primary agent for years. Always flexed around to Omen, which has definitely been super beneficial for this team and their ability to run the optimal comps on different maps. But, you know, when you have him certainly on the jet, you want him playing with that gun. He's super experienced with it, super consistent, but yeah, probably going to be a bit of a non-factor here.
Well, that's the gun round. Just going past pretty quickly. Furia are able to maintain a couple of those weapons here, but in general, not a great showing. Just like that Joe and push up into mid early, got some, you know, good damage. And then
that
Sen
was an
just kept forcing the
insane
issue
kill.
onto the B side.
That was a hell of a shot.
At least Furia have those 2 rifles kept over. They have a save at the end of that round. But outside of that, there's just, again, really minimal investments. Just sheriffs and some of that
Yeah, it
utility.
looks like they want to go for a duelist walk down in mid, maybe a deep dart from Jonah, joining for them first. And it's going to result in Artson just being the lone player on A, backing up, throwing down the high tide to try and hold that space back sight, which, you know, I'm not mad at. These SEN players would have to push through, and that could be dangerous.
Okay, it's not so much a retake walls, it is something just to give them a pocket to live in.
Yeah, just an anchor wall for everyone to get back in and fight, and everyone is back in and they're ready to fight.
Sen can't get backside with this now. They're kind of caught out in the open, and all Fury are ready to fight for it. Unfortunately, the fight is lacking. Both rifle players are already dead.
Yeah, ultimately, these Fury guys are still lacking the weaponry. And Sen just go for the pause. They have the better guns. And Redux gets a nice spray down there, so a good adaptation mid-round from Sen to just relax, do not over-push.
There's no reinvention of the wheel here from Sentinels at all. Pretty standard, like pushing A main behind the L drone to get info, pass the one-way, up onto site, make use of the wall. This is the kind of stuff we've been seeing on Breeze for the longest time.
Yeah, they are yet to go for like the close wall into the deep wall. They're kind of just cycling the Viper wall with the high tide as being a second Viper wall, so they're just walls 24/7. We'll see if they make a switch up though later in this half to try and push further, take more A space, which I imagine they'll do at some point. Now, obviously, on this round, you're looking at Redux. He's got that kill contract. And Qualinoob is going to try his luck with the AWP here, so let's see if he can extract some value.
The hub of Vipercom, the Walmart of Valorant Meadow. Here's the walk up, and so that's that. Yeah. A-side wall triggered. This is the real thing.
Yeah, very simple. They just wait out the one-way, drone to make sure that no one has been tucked close. Not the case. All the space now for Sen.
Ooh, kill contract?
It's
We're
you
pinned.
and me.
Yeah,
Decent time to use
he
it.
wants to use it before the shield goes
Got
off.
the Astra, I think. Oh no, it's a Neon. Okay. Double tap shield in play though, and it's obviously all he needs in order to win that duel out. That's huge. This is another round where Furia are probably not going to feel like playing too much more into this.
Yeah, definitely time to save. The only reason they'd stay in is if someone walks into Qualinoob's crosshair, maybe over pushes on EU, they get a kill. Okay, maybe something could happen, but it doesn't seem like Sen will be giving them an inch. And yeah, now it's definitely time to save. That's 2 spam kills in the round. Jerwin got one while...
I think EU realized he couldn't get out through mid. There was going to be late reflank pressure.
His position was pretty committed. And Qualinoob is in trouble. He's definitely going to go down here at some point.
Okay, that was pretty sharp. Okay, not too shabby. Anybody else? He says. Yes, eventually Cortezia will divest his opponent of the operator.
Yep, Sen are rich right now, and Furia are getting pounded on this A site. They're not able to play for any good retakes because they're losing site anchors early. And even when we have seen them play for a retake, like on the pistol round, Sen were just able to set up kind of passively and then have a good refight.
China. He is really committed. He was doing that all the way through split. So, some conversation here. It's the A side that's getting absolutely pounded, like you mentioned, and it's been Artezine solo there in a couple of rounds. There've been actually a couple of rounds, though, where you've got like a 2-player setup into A main to try and actually use the one mate to punish it. But there's always an out drone. There's always some sort of clearing mechanism. And outside of that, the setups haven't looked overly inspired here from Furia. If you're sure, like, what are you asking for now? 5 rounds down.
Yeah, the kind of like, they're not retake walls, but like the disruption
the little
walls
pocket walls
from Artson have also been really shallow from the defender's perspective. Like, it's still giving a lot of space for the SEN team to work forward. Usually you see them a bit deeper towards the front of the pyramid, but that hasn't been the case here, and Furia have really not been able to win the fights off those walls on A. I mean, probably also because, like, you know, having the ISO to fight there is nice for Sen. But
we don't have anything to fight through the walls with. There's no flashes in this game. We're spamming walls, but how are Furia supposed to fight into these, like, post-plant setups? Actually make use of their Harbor Astra util? You get Sova util behind it? Like, what is the idea?
Yeah, I mean, they're just not taking enough space forward. It's
Okay.
I think the main thing on that A side where the wall is being thrown by Artson, but
let's see now if there's a bit more proactive play from Furia.
yeah, this buy is a little awkward. Koala is got one of the hero rifles because he can just get the Blade Storm, so he doesn't mind investing.
Artazine could earn Reckoning here as well. Pretty nice in a retake. John QT, though, already has his. It's just not a... It's hard to see like where there's a round coming up where Furia has an obvious advantage.
I mean, I'd like to see as well if in one of these future rounds, Furia go for some kind of a trap play with the Relay Bolt and disrupt SEN when they have all of their players there. You know, they might be able to kind of destroy them, but we haven't seen something like that so far.
Cortezia full stack, 9k credits in the back pocket, takes a glancing blow from Koala. Just a body shot. And up mid, Sentinels have managed to get slowly. There's just no one watching. Look how passive the hold is from top mid. Artazine does not want that smoke at all.
30 seconds left.
And they're going to fake here a B hit. Against a team with no info, this could pull players off the side, but something causes Alum to turn back to A. So there's going to be 3 players here. However, the relay bolt's a bit of a problem for EU. He can't win it out. Alum is going to be there, though, and a Cove will break the vision up a little bit. Alum backs away. Koala's about to get hit from multiple angles, though. He's got to have his feet set for this. 12 seconds left in the round. Rotate coming across here from Nerv, but it's going to take a little while. It's about delay. It's about stall. It's about stopping this spike from going down, but Alum doesn't quite have the line. So the Professor sticks the spike. Jerwin, though, is missing. Jonah falls back off this entirely, and Cortezia is going to play somewhat closer. It's the last desperate crossfire setup, but Jonah gets a freebie there as Koala shows up in between the pyramids. And this slow walk-up could expose a gun barrel, and Cortezia knows Alum's there. It's not enough, though, as the classic is produced, and finally, Furia break the drought.
Yeah, that was a really nice round from Alum. The relay bolt that stuffed everybody in mid-doors. And that time, presence not coming from A main was pretty crucial. That was great timing he took as well onto John. Jerwin swings wide before that wall goes up, gets caught. You know, he's trying to get a pick to even things up when they're in that 3-on-4, but that just results in him going down. And then even late, you're seeing, because the Harbor has that really fast refresh on his Cove smoke, just able to get another one to disrupt the position when it looked like Cortezia and Jonah might have dragged that back. They're denied of that by the crossfire getting disrupted by that smoke. Let's see if the AWP comes into play here from Koala. He's in the right spot to get a kill, unless he just gets swung on from window and dies.
Might have to find the timing here. This is a bit uncomfortable. He gets out, but Hunter's Fury is going to be pursuing him now. He's going to have to dash away. Jonah P sees Jerwin go forward. He hasn't found anything, though, but he is deep into the site behind, once again, a wall.
Yeah, Fury, they didn't want to try to commit to the flood there. Their duel is back up, and now it's time for the full retake. Better decision, because look at the ultimates that they had to get back in.
Okay, here's the Reckoning impromptu high tide also going to be thrown out. Alim's going to fight now. He's going to go for it. Jerwin caught out. Some of his models sticking through that wall, and Alum's able to deal with John. What's the next play, though? Kwanu with the Blade Storm in play. Redux is real but able to tear the head off of Alum. Easy enough, though, for Koala to finish him, and Jonah has to try and play some really nerdy angles off the post plant. And so far, not too shabby. It's on EU. He steps up, still licked by that one somehow, and in a 1 versus 2, this one feels like it's nigh impossible to win. Double swing. They'll take the kill. Cortezia for 3, and SEN keep their winning ways afloat.
Cortezia has been fantastic on this map so far, by the way, but it's just those 2 passive guys waiting in A main. After all the ultimates are used from Furia to get onto the site, that shot, pretty round-defining as well from Redux. Super sick. I mean, listen, yeah, you can just throw this guy in a duelist and he's going to pop off. Again, it's like the flexibility he has and the talent he has as an aimer is a huge factor there.
Koala tried to play the contact angle out of B. That didn't work, so now what?
So, yeah, on this eco round, it's just going to be aggro into B main from Furia. Oh, maybe not, just a triple face stack with the Bucky close. Yeah, they're going to send it off the drone timing, maybe?
Sends the owl in. 1 for 1, not the worst. There is a cool contract and play, though. Oh, yeah, that was quick. That was real quick.
I mean, yeah, EU was going to die one way or another, either there or he was going to get run down. This is a cute little position for Koala. But they know it's possible, but that's pretty risky from John.
Yeah, you'd think it would be accounted for that someone could get into that pocket. Koala Noobs, though, is going to be rewarded. Unfortunately, that was the hero rifle, though. Artazine only had a classic, so SEN just notch another one up as quick as you like.
I like the attempt there from Koala to try to isolate a duel with the Cloudburst, but it wasn't able to win it. Redux is ready on that angle. SEN are really doing a great job on the rounds where Furia are trying to get back into the site early of adjusting their pace. You can see there again, they get some nice positions onto the site, and then they really let Furia expose themselves. Look at this, like the double push through the wall. Jerwin is playing all the way extended towards backside. They have a guy on default. They're doing a really great job of just they're giving Furia enough rope in those situations to hang themselves.
Koala on a glass cannon op, Wyatt. Sorry to interrupt you, but he's again trying to play on an extremity.
The value just has not been there yet with it.
One defense side round so far for Furia. It's looking grim.
Oh, rest in
Azine,
peace.
he's done. Completely cooked. Nerve though at least able to find their trade. That's a good answer, especially to an ulting Neon, but Nerve is pinged out at the back of the site. And where's the help supposed to be?
He's committed back in the site. There's no help. They have a 3-man setup on A, and he gets back into the site. That is just a death wish from him. Like, this round should just be done now.
Maybe there's a world where Nerve can actually like take the trade and try and pull off through archers there. Play a retake, but that doesn't feel good. Not against all these walls and stall util. Here's Alan. That's nice. It's an opener too. Koala Noob's op, still an unanswered question. How's he going to make use of it? He doesn't. Cortezia just owns him in mid. 10-1. Coming in now, Jonah's doing the thing again. Bro, this is crazy. Gotta do something about this Sova. And he's cleared out. Now it's on Cortezia. 1v2. Crossfire already in place, but Cortezia doesn't care. He knows Alan's going to be on the defuse. He gets it to half. Cortezia backs away. Healthy enough. He knows he can play for time. Alan does not have that same luxury. And look at the spacing. It's just bloody perfect here for Cortezia.
That's beautiful. He's on fire right now. Jonah and Cortez are able to just clean up another round in that late 2 versus 2. Jonah just causing some delay with the shocks, jiggling out. And Cortez is able to make his way into the site, isolates that first 1v1 when Furia just need to get some time on that spike, try to get it to half. The movement around the site, and that's why you keep that's why you keep the Cortez.
You know, at this point, I'm going to put that. I'm just going to keep that in my wallet. That's fine. When I fly up to events, I'm just going to keep that photo there. That was insane. 12-1, heading in round number 9, and of course,
Furia on the round. Those B players just completely exposed to getting just ran down on with the setup that they have. You have Artsin playing so close, tucked around elbow, but he has no help from Nest, like no one jiggling there. There's nothing that could possibly assist him in the way that the map is laid out. So as soon as the Neon ult is popped, I mean, he's just done. He's stuck there. What is he going to do? 1 for 1 at best? And then Nerve commits to getting into the site to anchor, but the other 3 players are on A.
And also, ISO's
just feels
walking up
like,
on you with double tap as well.
Yeah, it's just not a great round from Furia. On the macro set, I don't see where things were really supposed to work out outside of if Sen went for an A hit. They have the offset up there. They have the 3-man, set up ready to go.
Watch Sen go slow into mid and just slowly scale. Look at Artisine's position, top of the map. Like, he's not really able to put much pressure on them at all. It almost feels like mid is being given to Sentinels. No, it definitely is.
Yeah, they want to just take A main and play around this one way. But Sen have been so patient here. Every time the one way is up, wait it out. Jonah throws up the drone, and then they go.
Now, you can drone here with the smoke in play. That's fine. It'll probably just get shot.
And the idea from Furia is that this guy in main is going to break the drone or just shoot someone in the head. There is no drone this time on the round where there's 2 guys set up. But will it even matter?
Yeah, double tap's pretty good. Whoa,
yeah, pretty good
Redux.
ability. Pretty good for brawling.
He just keeps refreshing
really
it.
Good brawl ability.
He was in a pocket, and he is dead. Right, another gun round here for Fury going by the wayside.
Card game analogy. Is that like trample, haste? Is it something like that? I don't know, man.
Yeah, no,
I'm trying to force something here.
No, that's enters play tapped and attacking.
Yeah.
There's just no recovery from that one. Artisine and Nerve. They're like the Gatewatch, you know? And the Eldrazi are coming for them. Tentacles and everything. Wastelands up the wazoo. Yeah, there's no fighting into this, and they know it. They're going to pull back and at least try and save the paltry assembly of weapons. Bye, Redux.
Doesn't matter. They're rich.
They are, and they're
rich. The half is almost over.
Yeah, they've been completely
That's what happens when you sign to Sentinels, buddy. $100,000 a month contract.
You just become a Valorant whale. You're a bunch of whales out here, bro. All right. Tough round here for Furia yet again, and they've only got 2 left in the half to make an impact. They have spent both of their timeouts to try and figure out how to play against this pace. And it's not just pace from start to finish of the round. Sentinels start slow. And then they just send Redux into duel, make use of double tap, brawl out, getting 2 1v1s. You've got to be pretty on point if you're going to deal with what Sen are throwing right now. This is a shellacking.
And you've got Cortezia just walking on water. Bro's 13-1. Has won every late round that has come down to clutches as well. That's like, even the late rounds where Furia could win, he has just denied them every time.
Turning aura into wine.
All right. That time, Sen mixed it up in the A fight. Jerwin just takes the early peek. Sees the economy of Furia. Great outlaw round.
Yeah, we were talking up how good Furia were at finding the shotgun and outlaw rounds, but this is super heads up for Sentinels.
Yeah, we saw that on Split, but none of that here.
Screen down.
Oh, another free one coming up for Cortez, perhaps. Oh! I spoke too soon. My bad.
Double swing. Oh, there it is. Okay.
That's a curse.
Look at what they have to do to mimic a fraction of our power. Still, they are going to go 1-for-1 on the round thus far. Courtesy another pitcher. Is okay, all right, Jerwin able to find success there, and here is yet another kill contract. EU, bro, I've seen him win these. I've seen him win these all the time, bro. Look at the dancing, look at the traffic, still not good enough. Redux has not lost any of those.
Yep, 3-0.
Yep. ISO, starting to see why a number of teams are working him into their Breeze comps.
John had the reckoning for this as well.
Okay, John able to play off there. I appreciate the Gravwell attempt there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I appreciate the idea, but Sen just call a great triple face and GG. Yeah, when Ewok was talking about them working really hard on their Breeze, I see it. I see the vision, honestly.
But is it crazy?
These guys look nuts.
Is there anything particularly novel? Like what we've seen from Sentinels is just really good fundamentals.
Yeah, it's just very refined. Very, very refined.
And just like how they integrate the ISO as well into fighting into these contested spaces is just sick.
Yeah. Also, I thought Ewok teased changing up something with the comp. Maybe I misheard. Maybe he's lying. Maybe he's trying to throw them off because Redux is just still on the... I thought Redux might have switched to Jet, but no, he's just farming right now.
So what do you think he was going to do? Put Raga in the game?
Ah, finally. Furia have done it. They bought the Judge and they get a kill because of it.
Shotgun.
They're back. They are back. Sen really said it's the last round of the half. What if we just tried the B-pop and then should have just done A again?
Yeah, honestly.
Should have just hit A.
Artazine with only one frag for the half. It's been brutal, but he's been playing very safe, very passive. Some nice gunplay here. Don't be outdone by Jonah P.
Jonah and Cortezia. Late round clutch situation coming up. Pit is going to go down.
Okay.
This would not be the first time I've seen Cortezia win an outrageous clutch in a Viper's pit.
I'm going to throw my pen, though, if he wins. Yeah, that would just be ridiculous.
Well, Furia, they're finally able to get 2 on the half. I mean, what can you say? That was utter domination from Sen.
Yep.
They were never contested on that A site. They were either always finding the entry kills or setting up in the post plants to fully deny any retake attempt for Furia there.
For a team that we've credited for being ahead of the curve in terms of the metagame, it looks like Furia might be sleepy on this ISO look or how to play around it. We're going to see more, of course, from Breeze in the second half, but it might be a quick one, folks, so I wouldn't run off if I were you. Welcome back, everybody. As we get the second half underway, you should head over to expressvpn.com/VCT for some in-game rewards with advanced and pro plans right now. Got a QR code on the screen. Hit that one up and head over and check it out. And you might have time to do that after this briefly because Sentinels are walloping Furia on Breeze. 2 rounds for Furia, and they only found them 1 in every 6. They're beginning slammed.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple stats that I think just really tell the tale of the game, which are that Jerwin, first kill to first death, 6 for 3. That's fantastic. On the opposite side, Artson on the Harbor, 0 for 5. He has 5 first deaths defense as the Harbor, a critical piece of the metagame on Breeze right now, and he is just in positions where he was getting caught.
Bro, he is trying not to die.
Over and over and over.
Playing in his spawn on defense.
At the end of that, yeah, at the end there was, so that is tough. SEN are looking pretty insane here. Now we'll just see if they can close it out on the defense. Redux is just, look at this setup. That's awesome. Honestly, the little contact into the undercut, yeah.
Furia
and it almost happened.
That smoke.
We were so close.
Yeah, Joe, 2-0 first kill, first death ratio, 2.0 rather, which is right where you want to be.
And now we just have a triple walk down mid from SEN. They could be in like a little danger of getting crunched, but I think Alum is in a lot more danger of walking out and dying.
Certainly how it went down, isn't it? Koala here feels like some cost fallacy. He sticks around at least to find the kill, though.
Oh.
Does Nerve not see that? Jonah's going to duck around the corner, but he's just play back on the side by, oh, the double tap. Oh, still got done in, but Jonah's able to take the trades, and this is fine. Sentinels are trading up. Artazine on the site, though, sneaks up in there, but that's another pistol round for Sentinels. And you're in the doldrums if you're Furia. Very, very difficult to come back from this kind of position. They are forcing for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's just such a brawly pistol from SEN. I like the idea behind the round, though. It's just, okay, we set up this elbow trap play, double push, undercut. If it doesn't happen, pivot into the mid walk down is the protocol after that. And Furia get completely caught, and on their re-swing attempts, they just lose out the duels, they lose out the trades, and yeah, here is the force you mentioned from Furia. It is a necessity, and it's just going to be a B-pop with all stingers, and if they eat a molly plus the undercut and just get spammed, they will be deep fried.
Cove here to allow for an all pickup. There's the undercut, that did hit. Alan trying to get onto the side. The pace is pretty good, and yes, we love ourselves an Americas sting around. High time, we got one of those. High tide in play for Furia, though. Planted. Something that Gerwin has to account for.
And how are they going to get back in? Can they get back in?
4 players are one-shots, though, to this newcomer.
And John has a little bit of util to try and close the gap. Okay, well, Alum is exposed, or maybe that was spam, don't even know, but Gerwin gets one.
Okay, they're starting to fight into this.
Out. No one's watching that.
Koala here to try, doesn't really know where to be looking right now. Oh, gets the drop on Gerwin. There might be more here. He dashes across into the Cloudburst, maybe doing the most if you're honest with you. Those boxes are permeable with bullets, but that's sick. He really breaks crosshair placement like 3 times there.
Yeah, that movement was super slick from Koala. The dash into the Cloudburst, runs it back, tuck. That was really well played.
Yo, they just won the fourth round. Okay.
I was concerned there, but Redux and Cortesia end up in awkward positions when that hit comes in. Like, Redux has to fully turn to try to trade for Cortesia, but then he's just exposed to someone running it down on the side of sight.
Okay, decent moment there for Furia. Again, touch and go for a bit, but it means they can get themselves some reasonable weapons and try and get stabilized. It is, God, it is a long walk from here. Gonna break up the cove.
John trying to get an orb, because you can see he's close to the reckoning. He's like, what if?
That is so...
What if I can just cove and get out?
That is audacious.
Never mind. It's chalked, and he's out.
John, though, gets out unscathed at the very least, but there's not a whole lot for Sentinels to do here, except accrue some value in terms of those orbs. Some money.
All right, Koala's heating up a little bit. I mean, I don't believe yet, but hey, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly whelmed by this.
After map 1, though, 100 Thieves, they're watching. Hold up. Furia dominated them. One more map win, and we're confirmed for playoffs. Oh, never mind. SEN, once again, crushing the hopes and dreams of 100 Thieves.
Also, like, putting this...
One of their favorite activities.
Put us on your radars. We're actually heading over to Haven for our last map. Furia winless on the map. Sentinels are 2-0. Now, there's some mitigating factors behind that. We'll get to it, though.
Yeah, we could. I mean, don't mention the teams that they were playing against there. We'll get to the caveats.
Do not let the truth get in the way of a good narrative. Do not do that.
But yeah, that's just a little reminder that this game is, whoever wins, they are in playoffs. And there are, you know, some contingent events upon the result here as well, which is, 100 Thieves, they'll make it in if Furia wins. If not, there's going to be some madness in the final week. If SEN take this win, there's 3 teams still in the running.
So many games of consequence. I almost want that just for the drama of it. The Eco Cobra's back. Koala here finds a nice little timing to run up on their side. And that will be Furia with a flawless round to start to pad that economy, make it a little bit more robust as they start losing weapons in these gun rounds.
And with the farming that has occurred, Artsin does have the reckoning. So we'll see if that can continue the build of some momentum for Furia. outlaw for EU. He has just become a scoped weapons warlord in 2026. That's just the new him. I swear, there was like one game in kickoff where he had an off for some reason. He got like a 3K or something.
And he was like, guys, I'm an offer.
And then he just, and then ever since then, like when their economy's out of control, they just double up. He always buys one.
Okay. Wow, that's a nice shot from Cortez. Straight in the mid. Playing close here. Wow, we just contacting
that was
the
not
big 26?
Inspirational. I'll tell you that. I'm not inspired by what I've witnessed.
I mean,
here.
they're trying to play
also,
like noise cuts without like flashes. So they're just sort of.
What happened to my boy Alan? We'll see on a replay.
Bro, he got ripped across the map. I think Cortez just dinked him from the B side.
Okay, well, that should be one kill. I'm starting to get nervous. The more time this is taken, I am starting to get nervous.
No,
but somehow it got better. Oh my god.
Arzene's here. Now, this is going to throw things for a loop as well. Reckoning over towards that A-side corner. This is going to force Jonah P out of that pocket. Redux, though, at least trying to calm things down. It's going to be nerve. This guy has got that many games under his belt. It's insane, but he doesn't quite connect on Redux there. It's a dangerous fight to take. Does he have the chance to put pressure on via a plant behind smoke? The answer is yes. Bro, he's got util up there. Wazoo. Can he play cringe post-plant? Probably not.
I know, he just has to be worried about Redux pushing him. We're getting into that awkward situation in a Breeze 1v1 clutch at the pyramids, man.
Does he have his crosshairs placed for it? No! What a comeback in the round for Furia! I'm pretty sure they were, what, 2v5?
Yeah, that was a 1v1 for the game, basically, and they are going to hang around for at least, you know, a couple more. If SEN win that, one away, there's no chance of a comeback there, right? But
yep,
they stay alive.
I mean, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
This is crazy. Artson had me sweating. I could see the blooper reel moment. Yeah. We were mere seconds away from the blooper moment.
Freeze frame. Yeah. No, not to be. Some stories do have happy endings here, and you can see it on Shaw's face. Very pleased to still have a foothold in this game. This is going to knock Sentinels down.
Battery stepped on a Lego, bro. So was screaming. Well, Alum is, he's not trying to be too adventurous, given he got domed on the last round, trying to push up mid. A little bit more reserved. And you can see that SEN can index more heavily towards B because they have control over towards A main, 2 players ready in sight, and you can have the rotation from Jerwin kind of quickly, but he's just got the Marshal, they have low weaponry, so it'll be tough to anchor this site regardless.
Okay, Jerwin's going to have his line of sight blocked here.
There's a double outlaw for Furia, but yeah, Qual has placed on, so we can just switch over to that when they hit.
Good cutting up of the map, though. Top mid secured, and here comes Allen wanting to push forward, but again, just sort of steals himself.
A Molly trying to stop a Neon, hilarious.
I mean, yeah, not going to do it.
In the big 2026, hilarious.
All right, you got side control well and truly. And now it's going to be up to John QT to come back in from Archers. 2 sheriffs to play with. Fury have started to make this respectable. And build up an economic bank, which means that they can continue to buy even in some of these closer rounds. They've got to win them, though. All of them. Virtually.
And listen, you mention this every single time. You kind of just have to when, someone's attempting the big Valorant comeback. But in this game of many ultimates, eventually you will be playing a round where you have to deal with all of them.
Yeah.
And that might be the very next round because Jonah has the Hunter's Fury, Redux is 1 away from the kill contract, and John has the Reckoning. So at some point, you can imagine a world where SEN will just be going for some kind of massive B retake.
Yep.
Or you could even try to flood, capture the guy who's planting the spike, and then Reckoning back in and just kill everybody on the site. And leave those passive players who are out in main just passively doing nothing. Could definitely get to a situation like that.
It's nice measured aggression here. Both Alima and Kuala-Noob had opportunities to keep going, to push into spawn. Both of them double back because they got their eyes on the prize. Their buffer is a little bit thinner than Sentinels is. 5 rounds off pace are Furia, but they are gunning for an even game. But now, in this round or the next, it's the ultimates that start to become a problem. But if they're just drip-fed by Sentinels and they don't get value from them, then that advantage can pass.
And also, Jerwin off time, a recon set him up on mid, but will not be relevant. The hit is just purely... Okay, never mind. It's very relevant when you just have the Hand of God just takes over your mouse.
Pretty sick. Also some damage with the Hunter's Fury. Allen finally able to fight back. It's Jerwin now down, but it's Furia more than cut down to size. Plant going to go down right now. That is an awkward high tide to have to deal with as the attackers. It actually interrupted the plant itself. And a reckoning, ooh, that's scary. It's going to catch on as well. EU is down, and yeah, Element nowhere to go. That is a dirty ult from John.
Yeah, that is just so sick. And there it is. Your ultimates came through. You get your Hunter's Fury. You get your Reckoning. The fast repush flood in. And there is just nothing that Furia can do. Also, Jerwin, he had the operator, and he just clicked through the wall and got a kill.
Really sick open.
Oh, actually, Artson kind of peeked out. I didn't really feel like we couldn't really see that on the first one, so never mind. That was a little mistake from Artson that gets him caught.
Oh, Alum is full blind out in the open there. Yeah, that Harbor ultimate, oof, not much you can do about it, really. Especially if you've got to try and play in that pocket. So, Sentinels here get up to map point. This is their map pick, and Haven's around the corner. Furia still searching for their first Haven win of stage 1.
Do it. No, there's no way. I mean, he's not going to risk that. That would be madness from Cortezia.
Hoping for a push in. Never came. So he'll give the orb over to Artazine, who's hoping to get to that reckoning sooner rather than later. Do the Cosmic Divide here for Furia, which you can almost guarantee is going to find application on this round.
If John stays on this right side of site and an A hit comes in, you hate to be there as
he might be overwhelmed, yeah.
You usually want to throw this defensive wall from playing the opposite side of the site. Like when the Neon splits the site vertically and the other wall is up and you're getting recon back there, like we have seen Harbors doing that and getting completely destroyed, but it will not be relevant. Furia are just going to go over for this B hit where Cortezia is playing close. Redux back sight.
Oh, this is so gross. And the poison orb we go. Oh, okay, not great. Now going to try to fall back. Okay, Furia actually decelerate. What? They're going to give some space. Instead of going forward, they wait out. Snakebite comes down. They can't really push past it. I don't know what happens there for Redux. That goes horribly wrong for him. And now with that Cosmic Divide down, Sentinels are scrambling to get through that wall, but EU knows. Does he?
Jonah? Does Jonah know? Is that... Okay, I don't know what's going on there with the audio. That is bizarre.
Yeah. I may be confused by that. Maybe thinking it's John making sound. I mean, I got nothing for you, honestly. Close round in the end, but it will be Furia holding on.
That mentally boomed me. I mean, we'll see it on the replay. I'm like, was he behind the wall? I don't think he was, but... Well, I mean, and that was almost a 1v1 clutch for the game, but was just too stun locked on the weirdness on the flank. But also, before all of that, great little exec from Furia. There was that jiggle peek from Artson that deleted Cortezia on the right side, and then that stun that came down, the Gravwell combo on the left that just had Redux completely out of sorts. I mean, he was just had no options there. So
Furia have survived the onslaught of a lot of these Sentinels ultimates that have sort of cycled through. They're going to have to deal with a kill contract in this next round that has 10 times out of 10 been a kill for Redux. I'll just say 100% of the time, not to confuse you. He's 3 from 3 on those.
Yeah, he hasn't had the opportunity to really use it the last few rounds since he's gotten it. Like, he has to anchor there. He can't use it. You know, ideally it's for some kind of retake play, or maybe if you can get the info that one guy is lone on the side of the map and is on some kind of solo lurk, so you can catch him and then you can have a player safely get the kill when they get out of the contract if Redux loses, which, like you said, he hasn't yet, but it could happen eventually.
Could indeed.
But yeah, typically you're just going to see it for a retake / flood attempt of getting the guy who's planting the spike, you know, caught in it, but Koala has the op on attack.
Okay.
Against Jerwin's op on defense. Where are these guys posting up? I mean, they very well might have a fight at mid doors. It's looking like that's
Jerwin's going to be there for the op, right? So just hold the line. When does this star get deployed?
I mean, if Jerwin swung out further, you don't have the timing on the guy bottom mid, and Koala almost certainly would have gotten that kill.
Look at slowly inching into elbow here is Alum. He's the active player right now. That wall's come up though at an odd time, and the response is to smoke Jerwin on his line. Okay.
Both a little
Shots
wide.
exchanged. Alum slowly the time. Oh no, there's no way. Redux there flubs a shot. Alum is given a stay of execution. Oh yeah, we're going to make sure we guarantee this kill. Artazine there, it's going to be the one that's caught out. That's the Harbor. This would be massive. Key controller down now for Furia. They're going to have to go up without Artazine, but Alum dives on into the cove, finds the kill at least. evens up the score. Now it's nerves util that Fury are going to have to make use of to get into some of these sites here.
And so that drone is able to confirm the drone was still at doors, but they don't have info on A main, and Jonah has pushed up, taking this deep angle. You know, if EU doesn't have the recon either, 35 seconds on that, so there's just no effective way of re-clearing A main, and that's going to call for Furia to go back towards B. Jonah's also relaying to his team that that's most likely going to happen, so they have all 3 players ready to go. With 23 seconds left, SEN should be able to close out the game here.
And in the meantime, EU seeing nothing over at A, but is there any time to call a cancel? Yes, they're going to try and sell a fake here. It's going to fall flat pretty quickly, though, because Alum gets caught out as he pushes on in, and our time is truly of the essence.
Jonah's in an amazing position. The only thing working against him is that he's only got the Sheriff right now, but he could still end the game in this moment.
Oh, shots on towards EU. That's not the spike carrier, though. That was no chance to get a plant here for Furia. No chance to clean them up. Professor P sends them packing in our second map. Breeze goes the way of Sentinels.
Even gets the third just for a little bit, but again, this stuff exists within the margins. Who's playing better on the day, who's playing a more optimized game on the day is a little bit more important. And man, the pistol round win rate's not great for either team.
I talked up Fury's pistols. I'm like, damn, that 2-week break for me really boomed the rating. Oh my goodness.
Still, we've liked what we've seen from Furia, at least the first map with their pistols. They didn't win any on Breeze, I will mention.
Seems we have a some kind of brief hold-up in the game.
Yeah, likely a tech pause that
we call that a tech
at.
pause in the industry.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's not like we haven't had our fair share of them as it was. I think what we did, we did one game in Santiago. You know, we've had to wrestle that beast on occasion. I think we have an opportunity here, though, to talk a little bit more about these comps, right? Obviously, we've seen the Phoenix here, especially on defense side, quite a few teams just making use of it, like flashing out of Garage. There's being just constantly refighting, getting winfo, potentially getting you player advantages, getting you map control. Definitely seems the way to go on with it, like a 6-orb ult, something you can build up pretty quickly with some on the attack side at least, like a pretty easy to contest orb on that C main.
Yeah, when you're playing Phoenix, it feels like you can really just play the game in flow and constantly be pressuring. Flash here, fight. Another flash, fight. And it also just gives your team an opportunity to play at a high pace that it's already going to be playing at with the Neon. And also in this modern age of Valorant, where a lot of the utility has been nerfed, the agents that just have inherent advantages are very good. Neon, she goes really fast. The other agents, they can't run really fast. She's just going to be very good because of that. Phoenix has a good ult, and it's the cheapest one in the game. He's just going to be really good because of that. And on Haven as well, it's one of the maps where you can really farm up the orbs pretty easily. It's a big factor. It's why you see Phoenix here a lot. It's why you see Phoenix on Pearl a lot. It's just easy to get those orbs. And so I do really like the comp that Furia are playing. Again, like as we talked about, being the team that has come in and have really just, I think, played the optimal meta comps from what we have seen so far. You know, on this day, though, I got to say, the SEN team, they've definitely impressed me here on Breeze. You know, Ewok was talking about how much time they've been able to put into that map. Definitely showed. And they are 2-0 on Haven. And despite that, though, I kind of feel like SEN still have something to prove on it, in my mind. They win a close game against EG, who are obviously struggling this stage, and they beat 100 Thieves, who I think that map might have been the worst play we've seen from them on any map in this stage.
Yep.
So, listen, I'm not trying to completely downplay the fact that SEN were able to obviously exploit those teams' mistakes and win, but I don't think they've been fully tested on that map by a high-quality team.
Yep.
But then you're looking at Furia and you're like, well, wait, those guys lost to EG, and they also lost to Crew on him. In that loss to EG, you had both Superman and Decisive dropping
dropped like
30
60
bombs on them. Yeah, they gave 59 kills to EG in that game. So hard to win when two guys are going off like that. Listen, I think there's some level of question marks about the level of play that both teams are going to be bringing right now on Haven. And we'll just see if maybe the SEN have been able to continue to improve on this map, tighten things up, more time with this roster, more time with Jerwin being able to play in the matches, where Furia can bounce back after a map that was a tough watch for them, man.
Yep. No, it's funny how Fury have looked so different across both those maps in this series that we've seen. Here over to Haven, though, you think a great equalizer. We had a lobby remake, by the way, folks. That's what the delay was for, and we couldn't roll it back because the game hadn't started yet. So
oh my god.
Redo, and here it is, the pace of that Neon, something that Jonah just cannot account for, being the solo player over at the A side. Very hastily, Redux pulled himself off back towards that Heaven side.
Yep, and now it's 4v5 retake time on A, an extremely hard site to retake. And this flank is going to be known on account of the trip being broken. So Art is picking that up from Long. I mean, really, as long as Artsin doesn't go down and just delays, that would be pretty important.
He's kind of committed to that spot, though. He just dies.
He does go down straight away. Now there is some danger.
Nice shooting there from John. It's going to leave him free to take Sua's position. So Sentinels can hit this site from basically every single alleyway, and wow, just winning out every
They
duel.
literally just kill everybody. That's kind of crazy. They actually just kill everyone. Artsin goes down, and then all of a sudden, Furia are in a bind. They're going to get pushed from long, short potentially as well, with having 2 players behind, so they're concerned about that. They don't really know where to fight together, and they just all lose duels. This is genuinely such, like, Sen made it seem like this was not a difficult situation to get out of.
Yeah.
But it's very hard. Like, they just made that look like it was ABC Valorant.
Yeah, a little bit clowned on, Furia just got. Joen just draws so much aggro as he pushes onto the site. Yeah, I can't believe it. These players know they've had to retake on this A site hundreds and hundreds of times. They know how hard it is to actually find success in a round like this. Weird moment there from Furia, who to start this series look squeaky clean now. They look a little bit ragged. Owen's ahead of the game. He's just ahead. But was he spotted out with that swing with the stinger? It's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't think so. So pressure onto Redux backside, but look at how fast Jonah is into support.
Relay bolt, though, is going to get flattened. That's a right click from Alums. He just gives him the drive-by. This is, okay. This is a game of Valorant. Pushing now in towards C.
Yeah, Jonah was hoping he could get some help there, but no one was able to get him back sight, so he's just caught in that cage, gets killed by the Classic. You've got 2 SMGs recovered right now from Furia. There's a flanking long from Jerwin. He's got the Outlaw. He's going to have to just hope someone walks into him at this point.
Holding the off angle, they use the Poison Orb to get him posted up on the off angle, but I think Jerwin has to just commit to C long. Nothing you can do about it.
Well, you're really weak, so he's just down straight away.
How is Jerwin supposed to do anything from here? His teammates are caught up behind that smoke.
Yeah, Alum tries to get that timing, isn't able to do so, and Koala wants to flash for something, but he's caught.
No!
A nice retake there from Sen. Look, there were a couple weak players there for Furia, and a couple of them still didn't have good weapons, but I can't help but feel like Furia had the right idea, but the wrong players in the spots to execute it. Like, if you had Koala in this smoke here with a flash to fight the guys in spawn, that's one thing. But he's just playing around sight, so he's really not able to accomplish anything. That swing from spawn is just dry from Alum, so he goes down to the second player there. And while that's all happening, Jerwin makes his way up long. Like, again, I like the idea of fighting forward. That's fine, but wrong personnel to get that accomplished properly.
100%.
Shaw looks super frustrated after that. I really cannot blame him.
Fury do too. Look at this fast break into mid. How much are they looking to force the issue now as this toxic string slows them up?
Now, still, a lot of damage done means that Sentinels in this round have a very light buy. They don't want to overcommit right now, just playing with some Sheriffs. Jerwin still has that Outlaw, but it's basically full armors for everyone on Furia, except for Alum because he lost his, taking a lot of damage.
Fury just outdroned into Garage, but actually didn't get any headway whatsoever. So we're just going to hit B main again, belatedly. There's no flank pressure because you have Cypher, which is pretty important if you want to play that slower game.
You have Redux pushed all the way down C long as well, so Sen right now concerned a little bit about Garage, of course, because Furia have shown so much presence there, but you know, as time is ticking down, they have the right idea with getting more players over towards this A side of the map, at least for now, but Furia on the silent double back.
With what util be reading here? Cortez having to get a trade.
And that was Allen so weak.
30 seconds left.
Brutal. Yeah, I mean, Furia was still searching for a site to hit. The toxic screen alone basically put them off the idea of hitting B. I mean, they spent so heavily to try and get into Garage. Now Reduxer might be pinched. This is pretty uncomfortable. He is the solo player on this side of the map and was pinged out and swung in Artazine. That gives Furia a fighting chance in this round.
Now, I'm just looking at EU in spawn. He really just doesn't have to do anything. You know, he can just take a little bit of... okay, Paranoia's a little bit early, and he reveals himself now.
Well, it's a lot of info.
Do they just ignore him and go forward? Yeah, that seems to be the plan.
Good fast lane. So we're just going to be playing the cringe post plant from C Long. There's some sharp shooting from Artazine. Now EU can get active. John is looking for it, but the weapon leaves a bit to be desired. Spectre still gets the job done, though. John would have had to go massive there in that clutch. And no, it will be Furia getting onto the board. Man, they really worked the map. I was worried.
Yeah.
That kill from Redux as they pushed into their trip on that C side, but they managed to recover.
Yeah, Artson really comes up with the high impact kills late in that round. He gets the delayed trade here onto Redux after pinging him out, and then this kill was crucial.
Oh, sick.
That's a 1v. That's a round deciding 1v1 if Jerwin connected that shot, but misses the first, and then Artson's really sharp with it.
All right, Furia on the board now, but guns in the hands of Sentinel, and the Odin to hand for Jonah P. No spam through into lobby this time. Going to be smoked off though. Sentinel's trying to slow things down. Cortez here has been getting at least one every time. Garage so far. That's okay, man. That boy cold.
Furia are just trying to make a whole lot of individual plays to get back into the round, but it's actually just further digging the hole for the guys who are still alive. I mean, you have Koala Noob getting into Garage first, goes down to Cortezia, really late trade attempt, and he's able to just get the second. Like, he doesn't have to adjust his crosshair really at all. He's already just ready for that second engagement. And then with all that happening, he was like, well, maybe I can walk through B off of a timing. We desperately need a kill somewhere, and it's being watched, and he dies.
It's just...
And now SEN do not care about giving up A. They are just going to play this for the retake.
I wonder if it's a confidence-related thing for Furia, who... They've got a Cypher in their comp, so they can work the map and play slow, right? But they've got double duels. They've got Phoenix, they've got Neon. Like, you know, what we saw in the first map, what we saw in Split from them was this, like, crazy push down mid, like, such pace, overwhelming defenders.
They were taking so much space on the map
And this is a map where defenders are spread more thinly than usual, right? If you think that kind of approach here, at least on the extremities,
10 seconds left.
Yeah,
might be valuable.
It's not explosive compared to Split in terms of the numbers taking the space early on a round like this, or with the density of util.
Yeah. So we're just going to, wait this one out. Furia just get beat up in the early stages and spend their time whiling away the hours at the end of the round. They get sent up to 3, and really, honestly, does wonders for that burgeoning economy.
Furia will be close to a couple ults into this round, so we could see them trying to get the orbs early with Koala and EU. That's pretty viable here. As, yeah, it looks like they might go for a little smoke C long and get this orb.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Placing swarm grenade.
All right, let's see how it plays out now. Round number 5 coming at you. This time a little bit more proactive towards that C long, but yeah, a lot of this util, as you mentioned, will force the game to slow up a bit. Long sight lines as well are a problem.
Koala, he obviously wants to get that orb, but he's very, very scared of getting spammed right now. And bro.
All right, it is an orb going over to Koala Noob, but
it took a lot of time, but you know what? They did it.
There was some acrobatics involved.
So there's a drone reclearing short here from Jonah, which is at a pretty nice timing, and Jerwin is just going to be able to stay posted up on a long.
Now, a couple rounds ago, when he had a bit more confidence, he actually droned from right down into it and got much more distance into lobby from it. That one was a bit more passive. So he doesn't spot this cohort of Furia
and
players.
With all this silence and the drone not actually getting the ping there, looked like Sen backed up for a moment. Jerwin is in a pretty dangerous spot, but Sen really trying to get in to help him.
Joan falls back here. Relay bolt going to be committed. It's going to be a Paranoia that catches onto the Neon. No, somehow Joan sliding around, trying to stay alive, but eventually brought to his knees by Alim. Now you get the players to work with for Furia. It's going to be a tough site to retake for Sen, as it always is. And it's every flash under the sun, including the sun itself, thrown at Redux. And he, well, holds up in the heat pretty well. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, though, Neural Theft, a little bit problematic to try and play back into it. John versus Artazine.
10 seconds
The mastermind versus the young protege. And it's going to be Artazine with the health advantage, and he's on the line.
What a great round pickup. That was Jerwin, you know, being able to get rid of that run it back Phoenix going in, but then his position is spotted out anyway. SEN try to get into the site to assist him. That is a crazy moment from Nerve that we didn't catch the first time, just teleporting to Graffiti to shoot someone in the back. But
dude,
does
this guy have like hacks in hell? How is he not dead?
I mean, hey, it was
Is he
pretty
talking,
crazy.
he's talking about Redux,
yeah,
right?
Redux
Yeah.
was kind of going crazy down there, but he was still isolated, so even that Nuts 2-piece was not enough.
Jerwin, classically with an outlaw in this round, it's not the most apportioned weapon against a fully armored attack side. And so as a result, he's playing up in that garage position. It's just going to be a walk up here onto the A side through much of this util. Slowed down, though, by a snakebite. Let's listen to the Furia comms. How do they put this together?
Yes, get out after. I can still vault bomb. We're not going to ult the KG ult, okay, guys? We're going to play time.
We're on my ulting. Ulting. A lobby. I'll get into it.
Get out.
I'm out. Not trolling here, but...
We're playing time, okay, guys? I'm ulting. If they KG ult, I'm just ulting the bomb.
I'm trying to help you, Toro.
Carry A, okay, then. I'll hold contact.
They're gonna ult.
Okay, I'm up here. They're going to try to push me
One-way
when I
bomb.
ult.
One-way bomb early.
I'm watching your left, Toro. I'm watching your left.
They're going to try to push me when I ult. Get out, guys.
Yeah.
Or do whatever you want, bro. Just ace.
One top site.
Hold my A push, Mike. I think
Say that.
Nice, Toro.
This
One to speed, one to speed.
I said just ace.
Fucking Terminator. You see window, you see window.
He tapped.
Garage.
Kappa.
Nice fucking round.
Get him!
Let's go, bro.
That was, I mean, pretty funny comms. Yeah. But also, kind of when we were talking about back on Split, just how intentional the communication is from Furia and how much of a large piece of their efficiency in rounds is coming from EU. He's just so direct with the plan for the team there. And within that, Alum, who's just like their young superstar player that's going to go around and try to kill everyone. He also knows that in that situation, all right, yeah, if they are playing for the lockdown, I can be the one guy in sight. I can try to catch them off, get a couple kills. That classic, like, there's a couple seconds before everyone gets detained, and then you stand close. Yeah. Surely no one is standing in this trying to kill us, but he killed everyone early as hell, so it didn't even matter. But you can just see on the minimap, based on the game plan that EU is giving them, how they are all getting into the right spots to play around it. It's just so efficiently done.
And something that we observe whenever we have a chance to dip into the Furia comms is that they tend to read their opponents really well based on utility cues, right? I feel like that's something that they're able to construct potential scenarios really effectively based on kind of what they see. Like, oh, there's a dog on this side of the map. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's exactly that. Oh, there's lockdown, they're going to use it. Don't care. We're just going to Hunter's Fury. Play time. Doesn't matter. And then Alum's like, well, okay, I'm just going to stay in. Yep. He doesn't even need to call it. He's just,
whatever.
I'm a duelist. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to kill them.
Yep. Alum's dream. He's having a pretty good game so far at 6-4. And yeah, just basically tore through Sentinels on B. That necessitated, pardon me, a timeout there from Ewok to try and just get things simmered down. 3 rounds on defense, not so shabby early on here in this first half. Can they build on it?
I'm surprised we've never seen Alex with a cast on the right arm in the coach's booth, you know? You would think after all these years with Paper
all the
Rex,
desks he
there would have
murdered?
Would have happened at least once.
I reckon he wouldn't dare put a cast on. He would just tough it out.
I'm out of here.
So this time going for a little bit of an aggro play towards A with the Jerwin Hero Rifle, but they do not want to overcommit. This is just going to route Furia away. Do they want, I mean, they certainly don't want to accelerate elsewhere, which is, you know, always a possibility when you feel some of that early presence, especially finding out that there's a hero rifle on that side of the map, but it's a bit more patient from them.
Diabolical walk-up. Can they, like, yeah, they can't really flash this.
By the way,
wall.
Artson did not leave a trip on the A side after they got any of that space. Do they know?
Oh, yeah, he tripped B instead.
Yeah, and Jonah gets 2 free ones because of that, but luckily Nerve doubles back, and they're able to collect the kills regardless.
The weapons are better. Cortez can't actually push off this B side because of that pretty deep trip that was placed. So Artesine doubles back and deals with it.
Could have been actual disaster because of the lack of trip there, but...
Yeah, it's just one of those interesting rounds where, like, Artesine just chooses to vary his trip location. That also implies a little bit to you about where Furia want to end in a round like that.
Or honestly, could have just been heavily calming about a plan or doing something else, and you just kind of forget to do that occasionally. I mean, your brain can only handle so much at any given moment. You know,
Pretty
like it's
composed though.
forgotten,
Artazine just turns around and answers the threat of the multi-sheriffs. Clean stuff. Furia need to find that composure in a very... It's been a roller coaster of a series. I wouldn't even say the maps themselves have been close. Some close rounds, sure, but no, it's been one of these teams or another just battering them. Oh, John too slow. Yep, he doesn't even realize Alum has crossed over. That relay bomb hit him hard. Flash into the back of the site. No! Couldn't see the wood for the trees, apparently. Still able to find 2 massive kills. And that shuts the door in this round virtually straight away.
Yeah, that's some illegal gameplay. Inspect the PC. I can't. How does he get the second one? He's paranoid up. Does not see anything. Cool.
I think there was like
but maybe we'll see it from his one of those weird things where we see his point of view and he kind of catches a glimpse or something.
Yeah.
But
there was like a neon assist there as well, so I don't know if that was util oriented.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty common that the neon is just going to throw that stun back plat as well.
I thought it was like I thought it hit onto John.
Oh yeah, he did throw a close up. I think onto John. It was a heads up as well from Alum just to check that left side. Yep. It was either spam it or maybe he just saw like the judge peeking out a little bit.
He just like fades
like
briefly through the fast lane just to check that corner and back. Yeah, John just he had no idea. How bad are they from Jerwin?
Can you do it?
I've seen this guy do some filthy. Oh no! That's I can't say that on air. That's messed up, bro. Can't be doing that. Yeah, you love that late recon. Taken away from
now, I just want to see, does John get spammed down there?
Oh, he gets a glimpse.
Yeah,
just
a glimpse. That's a sick reaction, though. I mean, he's got to be going down there. That's crazy.
On C was insane.
Come on, dude, trying to eco Cobra another round, bro. Forget about it. Bro, MI6 is on the phone.
Oh, no.
He's 007.
All right, well, not a crazy amount of damage, but Nerve and Alum are both tagged up a little bit. Is this the kind of moment where you just want to push around long and circumvent that Viper's Pit? They're at least threatening it, showing that. Yeah. I like the setup from SEN as well, just getting Redux to peek over the smoke.
The spike.
Funneling, though, into Redux's sideline with the paranoia seems like a pretty bad idea. So, Furia.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if Koala Noob had an ult, you could challenge this Viper's Pit, but that is not the case.
Slowing down into the op. It's a little nerve-wracking. But, wow, Jordan just doesn't connect. Koala Noob, his first frag of the game, is a pretty big one.
Yeah, that's a pretty high impact kill, and that's going to activate the acceleration onto this B site.
Jonah, stopping power in spades, and the spike's going to go loose. This is problematic. He's going to check top box. He got the dink on Nerve as well. Paranoia's not even going to stop this guy. He's going to hold M1 for the boys, and he's got a sixth sense about where Nerve is going to turn up. Bro, no way. Dismantling Furia there.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. And the Odin, pretty good when you're anchoring these sites. Oh, I like some arts and isolating the fight. That's beautiful.
Just John and Cortezia standing. Cortezia, though, really knows how to slow these kind of rounds down and keep Furia out. Close game now. Quite a compelling haven thus far. Sentinels get within a round.
Koala just gets the sick entry on the board, but doesn't matter. No one's going to remember
hey, got
that
another
one.
frag as well.
Jonah just locks that down backside.
It's the following of the TP for me that's very good reaction.
Yeah, I mean, obviously wants to get that trade, but he's just
also like
a little bit late on that swing. It wasn't like a full, kind of double swing onto the Odin, but even when you are double swinging onto the Odin, it feels like it doesn't even matter what pace you play at. You just die anyway.
You need to, like, crossfire
not again. He's got the sixth sense.
And he comes a fast push, though. Well. Okay, Koala Noob is the running back. Jonah eventually falls, but at what cost? Here's what I'd ask Furia.
Nerve went for the teleport into spawn, but Jerwin picks up the angle. Artson with all those kills is going to get the information across the map, but then neural theft. Oh my god.
Just before the second neural theft ping comes in, Jerwin picks up the line with a jump pick. That is sick.
Go, go, go.
All right, well, we are tied, folks.
Listen, it's one of those moments where Furia do what we were talking about earlier, where they pop into an area of the map right at the beginning of the round. Tons of util, fast pace with the neon, but they do it right into where the Odin was at. And it also felt like, in terms of Furia's calling there, even though they find out that the Odin is in that position, they just do not stop. They don't make an adaptation to that. They decide to just activate the strat anyway. And look at how that went. Their neon goes down. The Phoenix ult got absolutely nothing accomplished. I feel like that might be a moment where you got to hold up on the activation of that. I mean, your Omen did teleport into spawn as well, so it just feels, they just feel like, we just have to send it. We just have to do it anyway.
Really passive position, Sentinels inside.
They're running it back in garage, but this time Jonah P is on the A side of the map.
Some arresting util here as Nanoswarm's going to buy some time.
His Jerwin op today has been so good.
Yeah, really good in a couple of very tight angles, right? Okay, Adam's going to get in finding two very quickly, though. That LG hitting hard.
I like that Furia had an additional layer to get into the back site there. You see Koala flashing on the left side of default, and then Alum is able to slide over on the right, or opposite, sorry, whatever. Same idea, right side, left side, flash, the dash, the running around with the LG.
Deploying drone.
Okay, EU's going to be pinged out by the drone, just trying to slow things up. Give it a shocker. He was dead in the water there. Still, he's got a redundancy of teammates. For now, at least. Swing there with the op for Koala Noob. It's going to be Nerve that does the dirty work. Clean up is good. Furia, get to 6 rounds.
Feels like Nerve has kind of been that guy for Furia in this half. He is getting some super high impact kills. Playing really well. Yeah, and this is that moment where Alum is able to slide out on the left side. There was a prior flash that came over from Koala.
Koala Noob just cheering him on there. Able to find the third.
Everybody just paranoid.
Yeah, when you're trying to flood into the site, paranoia is so powerful. Not only to get you in, but also to stop you in your tracks. Last round of the half here. Jonah P still with the Odin in hand, though. Redux also picking up a Judge. Well, because he's got no other choice. But that's still pretty good in Garage.
And I'm just going to see if Furia maybe wanted to get the orb to EU. It's close to that Hunter's Fury, but they do not even want to risk tapping an orb against the potential spam, and definitely not spam of an Odin, though playing C-Long with that is not really common, but you never know. Yeah. Feels like Jonah has just been at the right place at the right time 9 times out of 10 with the Odin spam.
He was in Garage, but like on the low ground in Garage. He has not been spamming that like early round lobby angle. He might here though, that could be delicious.
Furia right now are absolutely lacking in map info. They don't know what's going on in mid, and they've got no control towards A.
They haven't outdroned yet, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going for this later round re-clear. And do Sen try to play this aggressively against the drone, or is this just a fallback to sight?
Jerwin can't talk. He's going to get ahead of it. And my God, it has worked. 2 for Jerwin. Early warning alarm raised, and now 2 players already for Sentinels embedded in this A side of the crossfire setup.
So good from Sen. Look, monster play from Jerwin. And how can you crack this site at 25 seconds left in a crossfire? And Jonah, he's here with the Odin.
Yep. Oh, he just spray through those boxes.
It's got to be chalked for Furia, man.
Nerve might challenge first, but he's actually seeing the shoulder peek.
Wow, Nerve is just on point.
Too much leg shown by Jonah there. Okay, we just walk into sites and shoot people in the head.
Sometimes you just miss, and that is a detriment to your round-winning success.
Wow, with John Madden's back in the building. Here's Cortesia and Redux, who are doubled up here. Don't forget, we are trying to retake A.
EU's got his Hunter's Fury miles away at the moment.
Yeah. He's in Palm Springs. There's Alum with another one. Redux tries to TP up, but it's pretty telegraphed, and that will end the round. Hunter's Fury from EU. Get Furia ahead by a nose. 12 rounds in, 7 rounds for Furia.
Listen. That was a ranked game. If I were Jerwin, I know what I'd be thinking about my teammates in that crossfire right now. It's pretty unfortunate that neither of them can get a kill here.
Oh, honestly, Nerve is ready for it, but it's a timing thing. Jonah just makes the jiggle.
Just run out.
Let's go. Who's daddy? Trick question, it's me.
You know what? I wasn't going to answer it anyway. So much. I feel like it's a trap question.
Damn, I didn't know Nerve was like that. I thought Nerve was kind of just a chill, little, mild-mannered guy.
Right. Well,
I had no idea.
With that very important question answered, we're going to head to a break. Come back for the second half of Haven. Remember, playoffs on the line for these 2 teams. Will it be Fury or Sentinels? Keep it locked.
What do you think the word was that got censored at the end?
Don't tempt me. Right, let's get the second half of Haven underway on the ASAP. It's both Furia and Sentinels fighting for the guaranteed playoff spot. A Sentinels win here kind of throws things for a loop next week. It means we have a bunch of weird qualifying scenarios. It's going to be curious. That was romantic, and honestly, I'm here for it.
There's been a lot of bromance in the Howling Abyss little region here where the players are at, Mitch. With the Jonah P. Cortesia card that he's been smooching.
The pheromones and the masks have all been sort of percolating out there.
Being in Howling Abyss right now, we're chilling on the couch, but this is a high-stakes game. This is for playoff qualification straight up.
And this is going to get you on the edge of your seat, I'm certain of it. We've got that lurk wall up here for Sentinels. They've got the Viper on the attack side. That's a big point of difference between these two sides. Will be charged with Solo holding the side, but the push out of look. Sua's going to be too fast. He's pinned. He needs to see an acceleration here from Furia. He used low, somehow still alive. Looking for a recon ping that he doesn't get, but he's able to reposition through this smoke.
The pace that Furia got back in to help EU at was crazy. I thought he was absolutely fried. He had only a trip towards short to try and play around to survive, but instant smoke to help him, and Qualinoob is dialed on this angle. Is there anything showing? I don't think so. I mean, if he has a rifle, yeah, but with a pistol,
he
doesn't know.
There is a bit of obviously a crossfire here.
He doesn't know, but he thinks.
There's no close A main presence here either. I think they're waiting on Cortesia to get this ground.
Claw's like he has to be there.
No, he's not wrong. Okay, Furia are ready for this. Here comes the fast play. Qualinoob, great reaction. No time to deploy the flash, but that's fine. His aim did enough work. Here's the secondary swing, though. John and Jonah getting it done.
Oh, that's so awkward for EU being really close on default box. Artson now into the 1v2. And it's done, actually. Sen just shooting better on that pistol on the re-entry. There was nothing from Furia to really re-clear short, off the timing, because EU had prior used his dart when they were executing in on short. And I believe that Sen are just able to pop back in before he was able to get that refresh. And they're just not able to deny all the players from Sen just running in together.
And you can see how much that round meant. To be fair, I think Cortesia might stand up like that if he sees the last Tunky in the cupboard. But, I mean, it was an important round.
He's just a man full of passion.
That's it. I love it.
A love for life.
Exactly. We got a walk up here on A main from Furia pretty early on to test.
Yep. And just a Koala Orb harvest time.
And there's no way this low call's up. It's not in position yet.
John, he knows. And he is just going to tuck and play this safe.
Yep. There should be an easy enough take for Sentinels to even up the game. Now, all of Furia corralled in a mid-window. Except for the presence here in Garage, which could have been destabilizing, but Cortesia finds some solidity in his aim.
Yeah, a couple kills. The guys in window shot that turret, so Artson could get the swing there, and hey, they're able to get a second one, but, that was just Cortesia with the Sheriff, so not a huge deal, and Sen will be able to put together a pretty serious buy on this bonus.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, bro.
Points.
Phase sniping, hello? Nice round here. Even game in our decider of the series. There's smiles on faces, but I can guarantee you the tension is starting to climb.
This could be a massive momentum builder for Sen. If they win this round right here, break the Furia economy.
I need to see how they get Qualinoob value on this half. He has had a really quiet game.
For a bonus round buy, this one's pretty sick. German taking a lot of space up mid off that drone, and the defenders need to smoke it off, so now they know the players from Sen could be tucked really close, and they could just burst onto this site with such fast pace that if you're trying to anchor it, you could just be completely torn to shreds.
I like this. Furia adjusts to a double face instead of a crossfire to better deal with the rush from Joe, but he gets sprayed down. Nice for Qualinoob. That's important. Flash out, just to confirm. Now it's going to be EU. Next up to the plate. Almost found a double spray down there, but John barely took any damage in the end.
Yeah, at least 1 for 1. That's enough. Alan wants to get into this site, and Koala's trying to pick up the pace to assist.
And these walls are crazy. Fast lane Blaze Wall also active. Qualinoob finds his second kill of the round. That might well be enough here. Alan, though, awkward. Very awkward spot to be stood in. But Jonah P gets rained down upon him by Artezine. Furia here. That is an important round to fight into, but remember, that's the Sen bonus.
It kind of seemed like that poison cloud that went up from John as well assisted the defenders a little bit, being able to wrap around sight towards default.
Yeah, there was so much going on. Blaze Wall and the fast lane got them in.
Yeah, with Elms able to cross all the way to the right there. But I will say, I really like a couple things that Furia did in this round. After they had to you know, kind of acquiesce the close space on B. They get into, they position themselves in backside knowing that they could get popped on. And so Koala's all the way back at Gong, and he kills Jerwin because he gets into that safer position. And then Alum gets into A to defend when Sen are getting into the site just after EU, and Koalas are so fast. All right, well, also Cortezia just, that's a pretty good spam.
Just wallbanged him down. And look, having a Cypher on the A site means you actually don't really have to interact with this lurk wall. You can just play passive deep in A. Don't worry about, oh, I've got to push up into A long and get info. Oh, there's a lurk wall. It could be someone anywhere. No. Play deep in the site, behind util, camera into sewer, and Bob's your uncle.
And with that Judge out of play, Sen will be a lot safer when getting in some of these close quarter areas if they do want to try and go back towards garage late or something. But at the moment, they are super stacked up towards A, and Koala wants to get there in time to help Ardzine if this execute does come through.
Might try and swing off the trip. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, yep, that old chestnut. Been in the game for many, many years.
Yeah, and they can't break it in time, so Jerwin actually gets pinged up, and the kill is as free as it gets. But Cortezia is able to activate his lurk timing and get all the way deep into B.
Gong, yeah.
When there was that noise and the pressure towards A main. And because of that, the rest of the team feels safe and comfortable to get into this site plant on default. Jonah's taking a lot of damage, and that gets some spam. That's sick.
Oh, that is stunning stuff. What a blaze wall there. Reebok still has to respect the vestiges of it. We do get a plant, but Sen are bled out for
I
this.
feel like no one on Phoenix used to use that tech, but now we see it a lot.
On this map especially, yeah. On that A site almost all the time. Honestly, it's valid anywhere. Look at this, like Sen are just getting picked apart. They've got like barely any presence off the site. It's Cortezia in the site who might get traded here. He does. And now John has to step out of mid-window. Up close, Neural Theft, they're going to show him up. And Ardzine, sick round from him, honestly. Gets the kill on Jerwin off the trip. Comes back in. Beautifully done. The Blaze Wall was just diabolical.
I'm looking at the armors there. Art had full, Nerve had half. John shot the wrong guy, unfortunately. He brought the one guy down to 10 HP.
Oh, I like that we get to see this setup.
Yeah, just slow on the break so Artson gets a free one.
Nothing special about it.
Going up.
I just love to see that. Yeah.
Is
Cypher, old Cypher, I miss her.
Oh, and it's not spam. EU is holding a line.
There's no smoke there. He just gets out in the open. The panic when the wall comes in, honestly. Like
again, yeah, you're not smoking for that because your planter normally just stays tucked and can't be seen. Unless there's a blaze wall.
All right, pace mix up for Furia.
I don't hate this.
Not explosive down long, but just contacting multiple players.
Ooh, go time. Joe wants to take his slide. He's ready for it. Flash is good. Koala is able to take the trade at the very least. Ardzine, well, he's on the camps.
Oh my God, he gets a double?
Massive. Oh, look at the spike. Okay, you've got this garage control, which now means that your Viper has to double back for it. You had garage control. This is falling apart rapidly for Sentinels. Back down to a low buy.
That's so nice from Furia. It's just the contact play into we see anyone, we're activating the flash, we're going to throw down the relay bolt, and then EU just supplements with the Hunter's Fury from back sight.
What does this do your conditioning now?
Because what is going on? Oh my God.
On one side of the map,
oh my God. That's insane. Yeah, that's a classic Sova lineup. I mean, that brother is making content in the game right now.
Every time.
That is like an age-old Sova play match. That one went viral in 2021.
That was an average Jonas lineup, bro.
Yeah. There.
My boy AJ.
Oh my God.
All right. Timeout called
Bring
here by
back
Sentinels.
old classics. You love to see that.
Now, Sentinels have won both pistol rounds in this game.
And see, those are the kind of plays that we were just seeing none of from Furia on Breeze. But we're seeing a lot of from them on Split. Just hitting Sen with preset rounds that they're completely caught off by and don't have the response to. And also, it kind of goes back to the experience thing, I feel like, too. When you're getting hit by a lot of plays like that as a team you haven't needed to respond to very often, you're going to get messed up. Things are going to get jumbled. Too many players are getting caught. They don't have the perfect response.
It looks like there's some maps that Fury have really deep dove, like really drilled out. And then some like, Breeze, which we hadn't seen them play in stage 1, where maybe they're just not quite there
like
yet.
Lotus against Crew.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, you see the potential, though. If they get more of these maps ironed out to the level of Split, or at least what we're seeing on Haven right now. Listen, they're not out of the woods, but they're looking very good on defense.
A little bit of damage there.
take flight.
Not even a tap, really, on Sentinels, but for a damage opportunity. Aldrone dealt with. EU. Okay, it's going to be a pretty quick lockdown here. What's the activation going to be? It's a bit awkward, actually, for Nerve, who's in silver and could be caught inside this. Bye. That's the lockdown. Out of the game.
And now SEN want to go for a fast pivot, through Garage, but they're going to be stalled out by the trip, and the cam is going to spot multiple players too.
Okay, here's the push in the mid window. The push off that A side has been good so far. It's a trade.
1-for-1 isn't bad in that situation. SEN have no backside control. Redux is out in the open for
the smoke is
down.
late.
Oh, that's so awkward.
Really late smoke there. And again, your Sting is just, you've got to play up close to this smoke now. And you can see it's a double face setup into the Odin, which rarely bodes well.
And at the same time, John wanted to get a forward position on Garage, hoping they'd be more focused on that smoke. Maybe he can go for a little backstab, but that's being watched. SEN just try to throw every little aggro play at them that they could cook up in that moment, but Furia just spam them down or have the crosshairs on the right positions to deny them.
And now it's getting a bit uncomfortable for Sentinels. Buy round here, which is likely what that timeout was taken for. So here's what is here with the lockdown placement. EU, though, wise to it. Knew exactly how to clear that out.
Man, that's just
ahead of the game.
A little awkward there.
Alan, bro, pull the knife out. Come on, man. You can. Yeah, huge round. Now, Shaw getting much more animated. And for a good reason. This takes Furia to 3-1.
It locks them up into playoffs, just 2 rounds away from some nice comfortability for that last week. They can relax knowing they're in playoffs.
And I mean, Sentinels have to play NRG for that last spot.
Yeah, it'll come down to a straight up do or die for SEN if they lose today against NRG, the reigning world champs. So
who honestly look like at any given time they could just come online. So I would be a little uncomfortable about that prospect, but this game doesn't feel any more cruisy for Sentinels now.
I can't understate how important this round is, and Furia want to do something disruptive before there could even be a post-plant where, John could use that ult or anything. It's the spam from this Odin is just so good.
This disruption every time there's a buy round, it's absolutely filthy. Now into the relay bolt, the run-up is there from Alan. Paranoia catches on to Jonah P. And he's got nothing but his sleep paralysis demons to keep him company. It's Redux, who's managed to find his way down A main with no way to get over towards that spike.
Yep, and about as far away from a teleport as he can be, so not going to be able to even go for a crazy play to pick that spike up.
That's it.
Man, that is just a great little trap play over in main.
What is the... Okay, so
Wall.
This is
It's the
nothing.
wall.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just the wall being activated, goes for the spam. And then off that you have Koala just getting in there. Didn't even flash. It's just a straight up double swing with Alum.
Yeah, there's just a gimmick for
and
every
they
round.
tear them apart. Yeah, it's literally just the timing of wall going up. All right, spam, double face. And hey, they got more than they bargained for. They would have been happy to just kill John there.
It was
exactly. Yeah,
they didn't expect all of Sentinels to be there.
And look at this pace again, down mid, flash out from doors. Alum pushed out a B.
Saw that a lot from Zekin yesterday.
SEN are super apprehensive there. They do not want to give Furia an opening. They're going to need to string 5 rounds together to stay in this game, or their playoff hopes are going to be like on the line in week 5.
Runner back available for Koala. He wants to continue to refight. He's going to just be throwing down on this B side, flashing himself through walls with that ultimate active. What are Sentinels doing? What is the plan? They get purchased on A until John falls, and now Redux is already half committed to this. Paranoia is going to come through, but Hunter's Fury also to try and pave the way a little bit. This is nice movement from Redux, but he's got to get out. And most of this Hunter's Fury is dodged away from.
This is great from Cortesia. Look at the space that he's gotten over on the C side of the map, just working through Garage. Oh my god, that timing is ridiculous. Is he going to fight it and try to get the pick?
There's no way. There's a play to pick up the line here for Koala. This could be fatal.
Oh, that's dirty! Oh, man, the runner back just gets him around the corner, and he still wins out the fight. Artesino taken down by Joe, and Kwanu gets that info on the site. Furia have everything they should need to work with here, but they're losing plays, bleeding them out. In fact, it's down to EU and Koala Noob, but still no plant. Nice shock dart. Redux barely hanging on to life here, and still no commitment to a spike plant.
Again, with only 20 seconds left, center in trouble, and they wanted to run, but EU with the spam. Oh no, it is crumbling.
He's going to get this information as well. He's going to see it coming. Bum rush on towards B is the play. Both plays ping down, and there's the Odin to end it for Sentinels. Furia explode in a playoffs here in Stage 1, forcing Sentinels to go up against the big bad boss. It's NRG will be their opponent for a spot in our Stage 1 playoffs.
It was really impressive from SEN. This